Since that night, I realized I didn't want another lover. Cause we had time, but I still just didn't want it to be over. I'm in, I could've kept going forever. I'm in, I really wanna see it together. I'm in, to be honest, I just never felt like this. Never felt like this. You got me to the phone, to the phone, waiting for you, waiting for you to call again. To the phone, to the phone, ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. To the phone, to the phone, waiting for you, waiting for you to call again. To the phone, to the phone, ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. I'm waiting you to get here. You got the address, so you know how to get here. Ooh yeah, we both know it felt real, so just take the damn wheel. Let's make all like Shakespeare. I'm in, I could've kept going forever. I'm in, I really wanna see it together. I'm in, to be honest, I just never felt like this. Never felt like this. You got me to the phone, to the phone, waiting for you, waiting for you to call again. To the phone, to the phone, ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. To the phone, to the phone, waiting for you, waiting for you to call again. To the phone, to the phone, ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. To the phone, stuck to the phone. You know you got me so stuck to the phone, stuck to the phone. You got me stuck to the phone, stuck to the phone. Waiting for you, I'm waiting for you to call again. To the phone, stuck to the phone. Ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. To the phone, stuck to the phone. Waiting for you, waiting for you to call again. To the phone, stuck to the phone. Ready for you, ready for you. Want you so bad. Thought everything was lost, the world turned to dust. Used up all my luck, looking for a reason to keep on. Through sunny days and cold weather, fighting at the end of my tether. You got me for worse or better. I never thought I'd hear you say that I loved you in December. You held my hand through your sweater. That's how I wanna remember. And I don't know if I can carry on without you, now that I've found you. And I don't wanna try picking up the pieces of you and I. And now I found you. I found you when I needed you the most, so I'll keep you close. You held me up and made me strong when I didn't think I could carry on. Through sunny days and cold weather, fighting at the end of my tether. You got me for worse or better. I never thought I'd hear you say that I loved you in December. You held my hand through your sweater. That's how I wanna remember. And I don't know if I can carry on without you, now that I've found you. And I don't wanna try picking up the pieces of you and I. And now I found you. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah. You're the light inside of me every night. Chasing dreams, ain't got time to make 'em see what we believe. You and me, yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. My webcam is on its way slowly. Sorry, the CPU is a little taxed tonight, but we are here. We are on the air and ready to go with week 9 of the LTS Premade. Welcome. My name is Gurf, and I am your caster, analyst, host, whatever you want to call me, extraordinaire. But can't do it by myself. Tonight, I am joined by Dream with me. How are you doing tonight, buddy?
I finally get to cast LTS. Super excited.
Yes. We got the big boys playing tonight, and it is UAE Team B versus Akuma. So UAEB sitting at 2-6, right on the tail of Mad City. So a win for them tonight in the second last week of the split would be so amazing for them. But Akuma tied right now for first place with Tempo Control, so they need to also keep their lead as well too, not lose that first place spot, because we are, like I said, getting close to those playoffs, getting close to the end of the split. So we are almost at the end here, and these playoff seedings are going to mean everything. So we are just getting our players lined up right now. I believe UAEB have selected red side first, so I will get that switched up in a second as we go. But looking like it's going to be an exciting match. Let's see who we have on the lineups for tonight. So this is going to get switched around in give me 2 seconds here. I just got to type one number and boom. There we go. So on the side of Akuma, we got Revnon in the top lane, some carry in the jungle, Cutie in the mid lane, and Bodas along with Dark Lord Matt in the bot side. Over on UAEB though, Happy Y'all on the top side, XZ4 in the jungle, Fauntleroy in the mid lane, Mr. Cookie, and Yoyi in the bot side there. But these are some good players, Dream. I'm really excited to see them, what they're going to be drafting tonight. I know last night we saw I think 3 champions that stood out to me, and especially the fact that I've seen Akuma bring out stuff like the Tristana, like the Hecarim before. They are good with these champions, and these champions are very good right now. So, I mean, that's just an extra edge for them if they are able to pick them up through draft. But I can't see them being allowed through on 11.6 is the patch we're on right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm actually curious to see if the priority of Seraphine still holds in this higher elo. Very strong champion in the lower elos, but I'm not sure if the priority is going to continue up this high up in the brackets.
Yeah, and that's why, we might see more heavier junglers like that Hecarim come in. But, I mean, both these teams, unfortunately, on stream have not had the best of luck. Usually their big performances have come off stream. But we have seen UAEB run the Skarner before. I know that is something that just works so well in fives. They've also run that Camille Galio combo, which is something that Akuma really needs to watch out for tonight. It's a very, very scary and dangerous combo, especially when paired in fives. You just have so much and so many opportunities that you can set up plays with that little duo. So I'm excited to see that, but I'm also excited for Dark Lord Matt. I think UAEB really needs to watch out for him getting that Thresh. A couple weeks ago when he was on stream, he went 2-2 and 32, which is insane. So,
excuse me?
Yes, 2-2 and 32, and that was against Tempo Control there in Game 2 of that series. It did go to a Game 3, which Tempo Control did take, but to see UAEB take a game off a team like that is really impressive. So Akuma need to have their guard up tonight, need to give this team the respect, because they will come out swinging. They got some good pocket picks here, and I'm excited to see what this draft is going to look like. But we're just waiting for these players to get ready and get that PentaQ on over to us so we can start this one up.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for some people to join up into the lobby. Looks like some carry is running a little bit late. Hopefully we'll get everybody in here soon enough so we can get this game underway. I'm actually, when I was looking at the standings, I was actually kind of surprised that Mad City is second to last place, because every time I've seen them on stream, they pull out some, mad crazy stuff and absolutely dominate people. But the fact that they're in, what is it, 4th out of 5th place, there's only 5 teams in this league.
Yes.
It's quite surprising to me to see them at that standings. I guess when they're on stream, they dominate, but I guess they just struggle outside of stream.
Yeah, and I mean that can happen as well too. But it was again that first couple weeks where we saw Mad City come through on stream, they were looking really, really, really good. So again, that's something I've talked about. I think maybe with you, a couple other players in the league as well too, about that early season synergy. When it's working out well, it's great. But sometimes that can kind of falter off into the later stages of the split, where when teams kind of find their power and find out what's good in the split or on the patch, that's when we can see a bit of a shift in power. And I mean, Akuma's kind of been cleaning up throughout the split. The only games that they've lost have been on stream, I want to say, is unfortunately the one that we saw.
I believe Mad City was one of them. Was one of those games on stream that they lost as well.
In week 6, it was against UAEA, and it was in week 8, I believe it was. Week 8. Yes, week 8 against Tempo Control there, that it went 2-0 to Tempo Control. So just they just got to take a deep breath. No, I definitely feel the stream pressure sometimes being a rookie player in the league. It can definitely get on at a little bit of extra nerves, but they just got to take a breath. They know they're a good team and just play what they're good at doing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure both me and you are very intimately familiar with as the split goes on, the weaker our team feels, or the stronger other teams feel. As you guys have actually dropped 2 series in a row on LAS Premade, and last split when I was playing with Bandits on Draft, we were 8-0, and then we went on a string of losses towards the end of the split. So we both can relate to starting to falter as the split comes to an end.
Yep, and just want to remind players that we just need the PentaQ link for our overlays, or else we're gonna have some real scuffed stream here. So that'd be much appreciated, guys, to get that going. But once we have that spectator link from the PentaQ, we are going to get this ready to go. So good. We got the links coming through. Beautiful. 1 and 2, and last one maybe here? Question mark. It's coming, Dream. We'll be able to get this show started very shortly, but let's see what we got here. There's the spec link. All right. Beauty. 40 seconds. Yeah. 40 seconds is the time limit for the pick and ban there. So yeah, it doesn't timeout, but you just have to keep track of the time limit yourself there. But I think we're ready to go. We're gonna give the players the ready check here and start this draft off.
Oh, or I do believe we're swapping over to that other pick and ban service that they were using that they originally showed off next split. I do believe we're switching over to that, right? I believe that's the rumor that I heard.
Maybe. I have no idea. It could be. I mean, if we find something a little cleaner and get some overlays working again, that is no worries for me. It's just you gotta make it look clean, you know? We gotta look professional here, and if we got overlays all over the place, I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes my I guess you would call me an observer on this side too. I can do some goofy stuff at times. But I'm just waiting on these players here to ready up. Not too sure what's happening with this draft here, but we are ready to go on our end, and just need these players readied up. So I believe everybody is in position now. We have everybody on the right sides as well. Let's get this one going.
All right, there's the ready check from from AKM. Just waiting on it from UAEB. Uh-oh. They might. It looks like they might have the wrong links.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I see a blue, I see a red, and I see a spec all in theirs. Yeah. All right. We got this, guys. We can do this. Hey, there we go. Okay. Well, maybe we'll give him a little bit of a buffer there to just work out the kinks there with the PentaQ, but I think we're on our way now. So Akuma with the first bans here. Let's see what it's going to be. Definitely got to keep an eye on those big picks that we were talking about. Tristana, Hecarim, Seraphine are on our radar, and I'm sure it's going to be for both these teams tonight as well.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what's happening with this Penta. Come on, guys.
It looks like we're remaking it.
All right. Are we gonna remake it? Yeah. Why not? Why not just remake the thing super quick? I'm okay with that. If we just want to remake it quick, that's fine with me. Let's just it's not it should be working. Should be working there, but yeah. Let's get this draft going. I'm excited. I'm excited. Just want to see what these teams have to offer, and we're just waiting on the PentaQ. All right, there we go. So
Let's hope it works this time.
Okay, I'm not too sure what is going wrong here. If I open up this link here on my end as blue,
Well, looks like they're highlighting things now. There we go.
that was me.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah. So they just have to. Yeah, you guys can find it. Okay, or not. They're clicking around. Not too sure what this ban is gonna be there. Sorry, my apologies for. I was just testing to see if it works, but it can work for me. It's working for me, so I'm not too sure what's going on in Akuma's end here. Lilia gonna get. Oh, finally banned out here. Sorry about that, guys. Not too sure what's happening, but there it is. Seraphine will be taken off this game. Dream.
This is once again PentaQ being the glorious site that it is.
We can't. It's
all right.
I don't know what's happening. It's working for me. It's working. Okay, well, we got bans coming through. I'm not sure what's happening with this pick and ban. It's just click the link on your team side there. I don't know what to say, Dream. Oh boy. All right. We're gonna try one more time.
We're restarting again.
Yes, we are restarting once more there. Again. Okay, only one person clicks on red. Yes. I think that's the issue too, is that if multiple people are clicking on it, only one person is going to be able to ban. So, okay. I open the blue link. It gave me what? It's what is happening? What is happening? Because it works for me. It's working for me. I can click on the blue link and go. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about the delay, guys. We are trying to sort out some draft issues. I'm not too sure why. Or what's happening on the player's end there, but yes. Okay. Let's get this one going. We're gonna run out of draft music by the time we got this going. Yes, we are all ready. Let's get this show on the road. Oh man. Okay. Let's get this going. Well, you know what, Dream? At least we're all here. At least we can all say that. No one's late to showing up here. It's just, how would say it nicely? A little, be nice to have a little guide there. But there's the ban that we were wanting first. Hecarim is going to be banned off as the first ban for Akuma. There we go. And Vel'Koz for the side of UAEB, but I think, Dream, we could take a big sigh now. Oh man, come on! You just gotta press the buttons. You guys can do this. They're really good at pressing buttons in the game of League of Legends, but it's just drafts like that we use that, you know, sometimes doesn't always play well with everybody. But we're rolling now. We're rolling now. We're good.
This is probably one of the easiest pick and ban systems that I've ever used. I don't
know. We'll just leave it at that. I just SMH head on that one, but UAB.
It's okay. I sent you my thoughts in DM about what's going on.
I will. I'm sure I'll see those in a little bit. But let's see the picks coming out. Oh, you know what? Couple of good bans here from the Akuma side. The Hecarim, the Tristana, something that UAEB is known for running. So that is definitely smart on their end. But again, you were mentioning that Seraphine, if that's going to be priority banned here. I wonder if UAEB is going to take that away, because it is a very strong pick. And even if we see, you know, in this higher elo there might be answers towards it, Seraphine, it's still really good for them with the Moonstone and getting a big ult off if you're able to sit in that back line and fire that off when the rest of the team clumps up. But timer's ticking down, and it will actually be the Lilia, so that's going to be taken away from some carry there. They have played that before. And now we get the first pick, and wow, not even hesitating, Vayne as B1. Damn. I
don't think I've ever met somebody that has the balls to pick Vayne as a first pick in the draft.
I will, you know what? I'm not going to say I've never seen it, but it depends where this Vayne goes, because I have seen Vaynes taken up into the top lane before. And that's when they usually scoop it up. It's like, oh, you know, that's going into ADC. We don't have to worry about it. But you never know. You never know. We've seen some very, let's see, unconventional, picks in recent days. But the Udyr coming through is something that is pretty standard as of right now. I mean, it's just great CC. The man's running around the entire map, and it's a little difficult to stop him. So XD4 going to be picking that up for himself, and I'm curious to see if they have actually brought that out before. Looking back, yes, it was against Temple Control there in game 1, week 7, but unfortunately not able to get that dub. But UAEB gonna have to look for that second pickup in the next couple of seconds here. And at the end of the time, and Jinx is going to be the pick. I think that's a solid ADC right now. I mean, more on the ends of the hyperscaling, but I think when you see a Vayne as well too, knowing, okay, that's hyperscale late game, we're going to pick a hyperscale late game.
Yeah, Jinx is a pretty good pick. Right, I will pause what I'm talking about Jinx right now. That is a Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
I have not seen a Rek'Sai picked up in competitive play in... Oh lord, it's been a while. Rek'Sai is not one of those champions you really see in competitive play nowadays. I don't know. Maybe you should consult your trusty notebook there to see if Akuma's played this during the split in the past, because this is a brand new pick coming out that I've seen in any of the leagues. I also don't think many people really know how to play Rek'Sai, especially in the lower elos. And if they do, they don't bring it out for competitive, because I don't think anybody really likes the champion.
Going back to my notes, we have not seen the Rek'Sai for some carry on stream, but like you said, it's a much different champion up in this higher elo. And I mean, I think a big part of that too is the tremor sense that you get from her. It's just really great when, or if you're looking to invade the enemy jungler, to just kind of have an idea of, oh crap, they're like on the other side of this wall. We need to like chill for a sec, or you know, I can call for some backup and get some numbers rotating around. So it is really good. And of course her ult, well, I want to say it's not Void Assault. I was doing the quiz today. I was practicing, but I don't believe it's Void Assault. Really, really
I believe
scary.
It's Void Rush. I do believe it's Void Rush.
See, we're close. We're close. I've been doing some studying, but But, I mean, if they're going to be looking for tower dives, especially the fact that you have a set, that's really great setup and really good to just go in there and clean up the last of somebody's health bars. But we are getting the second round of bans coming through. The Silas and Camille taken off right now. I think that Camille is definitely fair to take away, knowing that the Galio Camille is something that UAEB is known to rush, and they don't have that support yet, and they don't have a top laner. So might see the Galio get banned out as well.
Yeah, definitely. Rise getting banned out here. The champion bans are very different than what I'm used to. Besides the Tristana and the Hecarim those are pretty standard bans, but these are very unique bans that are targeting specific players instead of general powerful picks. Besides maybe the Malphite, there's always going to be a staple powerful tank in the top lane. Yeah, the Thresh is going to be picked up for Yogi. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's for Yogi there, and I think, honestly, that's a really smart call by UAEB, is because they are denying Dark Lord Matt that Thresh, and he, like I said, is really good on it. A 2-2-38 line that he had last week, a couple weeks ago. Yes, a couple weeks ago for Matt there. So you do not want to let him just have this champion for free. They're going to take that away, but the Swain going to be picked up here, possibly, and from what I've seen most recently in these past couple patches, that is going to be a Swain in the support role. So this last pick, probably something for Cutie, and I'm curious to see what it's going to be, because there's a lot of options that they can run with. Just looking at this, I mean, the Vel'Koz was banned away. That is one of their specialties, so that was definitely smart of UAEB to take that away from them.
Yeah, and while I agree that the Swain has been primarily seen in the support role, I do believe Swain is a pretty good pick into the Anivia. So it could still go in the mid lane. We're about to find out here in 1 second ago. There we go.
Is that a Teemo?
Is that confirmed?
I'm gonna confirm right now, because I believe Viego is still banned at the moment. It's a Teemo. Oh! Oh, hell yes! You know what? I love it. I love it. It's not common. I don't think I've ever seen a Teemo in my time here at Legends. But let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Let's see what it does. I mean, let's look at it this way. You have the Noxious traps there that you can toss literally everywhere. It's great vision, but he is very squishy. However, the thing that you're gonna have to deal with up there is that Shen, and you probably should be a little concerned about that, because from what I've seen, Shen actually does a surprising amount of damage when he is able to get onto you with that taunt. So as long as as Bodast has that blind up for the Teemo, I think they should be okay when those trades come through, but we'll see. We will see.
So this is uncharted territory for me. I don't think I've ever seen a Teemo in competitive play, at least as far as Legends is concerned. I've seen it a few times in pro play, in other regions other than NA. But this is a first.
This is definitely
for all of our members here that are currently watching the game. That is a confirmed Teemo locked in for this game. I will assume that it is going into the mid lane, actually, because Set would do a lot better against the Shen, honestly.
And this is actually, I'm curious to see where these picks actually go, as teams are lining up right now and slotting those in. I could see the Swain going mid and possibly running a Set support. It's been a while since Set has been in that support role, but it is definitely viable if they decided to go with that too. But I think poor Teemo, if he did end up going into Anivia, I'd just run Electrocute and blow the poor little rat up. That's kind of what my thinking would be, is no, I'm just gonna give this poor little guy some freezer burn and there's nowhere for him to go. But I think, again, if you send the Teemo against the Shen, at least he's got that range. At least he's going to be able to get that dot damage off with the poison if they take that level 2 or level 1. So I'm curious.
All right.
Let's see what's
big
happening.
brain move here. What if we big brain move here? It is a set support, Swain mid, and then it's a Vayne top into the Shen, and it's a Teemo AP carry.
I'm down with it. I mean, that could possibly be it, but no, we will have the Teemo as the top laner here. And yeah, like I've said, I have never casted a game with a Teemo top, or I guess maybe
neither have I.
I don't think I've casted a game with the Teemo. So this is yeah, like you said, uncharted territory for sure. But this will be entertaining. I'm excited for this one.
I do believe Akuma is taking this first game to limit test. I do believe that is the case here. They are pretty high in the standings, and no flame to UAEB. They are bottom of the standings currently, so if any team you wanted to limit test against, this would be the team. However, I really do think that they need to be very careful, because limit testing in this elo is probably a bad idea. You might get burned for it.
I just gotta say, Teemo's gonna have a real bad time if XE just decides to sit up in the top lane the entire game. But if he times the blind right, he can technically stop the bear slap? Question mark? I'm curious.
He can definitely. Yeah. He can stop the bear slap, and Shen can also. He can also stop the Shen's damage with his empowered autos with the blind as well.
Oh, this champion is truly something. How he even got into the game, I'm sure someone at Riot was having a good chuckle, but he's here, and it's going to be a Vayne mid. Dream? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That makes it a Swain set bot lane.
Oh.
All right.
This is...
not 100% confident in the Vayne into Anivia, honestly. But
I could see it. I could see it working. He's got that range. He gets those silver bolts going, and he's off to the races.
They do have time to move their players around if they want to move them into different spots. Down to 20 seconds, so this won't be a confirmed lineup. But right now we have Set at the AD carry role and Swain at the support role, with Vayne in the mid lane role. So it's still possible. We might still see the Vayne at the 80 carry role. We still have down to 20 seconds before these champions are locked in. I do believe if they go past that and then try to swap around champions, that is a penalty for the next game.
Flag on the play for sure, but no, you know what? I can see this bot lane working, because if they happen to get a piece of CC, I mean the Swain pull is relatively long. I mean you can get some range on that. You pull them into a set, and the amount of damage that you're going to be that's coming out of a set in a Swain, especially if the Swain is running the electrocute, is insane. So Jinx, knowing that she's not that early game or mid game champion, she really comes online late. Has to respect this CC that this bot lane is coming into the game with. But it looks that this is going to be the lineup here for game number 1. I'm curious, because this is an unconventional bot lane. We are like this mid lane, this Vayne mid. I have not seen a Vayne mid since Perks ran it for G2 mid. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this one, because
don't be sorry about Perks. Perks runs whatever he feels like.
I know, but run with that energy, to have that kind of energy to come into this game and say, screw it, we're gonna run with something crazy. I love it. I love that kind of energy, that kind of attitude coming into this one. But with these teams getting locked in, predictions are now going to be open. So go ahead, guys, put your tokens down. See if you can dethrone this absolute monster I have on the bench with me tonight. Because
nope,
there's no way. Happening. He's got so many points. But let's see if anybody can.
I have 4,000 more than the closest person to me.
All right. Well, Dream, our wallets might not be as big as yours, but what are you thinking? I want to see where your prediction goes tonight as well too, or just generally based on these drafts, where you think this game number 1 is going to be.
In a standard match, UAEB wins this 9 times out of 10. UAEB just has a better drafted comp. They have a clear focus. They know what they want to do. They want to survive the early game, scale to the mid to late game, and then just hit hit everybody with excessive amounts of damage. On the other side, Akuma has built a very early team-focused composition with the Vayne security of a late-game scaling champion. Other than that, it's really relying on this Vayne to kind of hard carry the team in the later stages of the game, with supportive damage from the Teemo, being able to use his blind and his Noxus traps to both engage and disengage champions and clean up kills.
Yeah, and just a notice for those of you participating in the tokens, just make sure to double check how many tokens you have before jumping into this predictions, and you can do that with command tokens that I've just put there, just like that. You can double check how many you've got. But those will be open up until we hop onto the Rift. I'm looking at this team, and I know I said coming in this game, Akuma should have maybe given a little bit more respect to UAEB. They were able to take down Temple Control as well too, which is a team, well, not take them down the full series, but they were able to take a game off them. So they are pretty strong and are able to come through with these games. So we'll have to see if this more standard draft here from UAEB, if they're able to just hang on and play this pretty standard, I'm sure they'll be fine. But Akuma is just going to be balls to the wall, I think, this game. They're ready to do some craziness, and I'm very excited to see what this team comp is going to bring for us onto the stream. But we'll have to see when we come back from break. Make sure to keep getting those predictions in, and we will see you back on the Rift in a few moments.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies.
Hello, and welcome back to game number 1 of Week 9 LTS Premade. We got Akuma on the blue side this game, UAEB on the red side, and a bit of an interesting draft here from Akuma. Not something that we're accustomed to seeing from this team, but this is going to be an in-your-face, we don't care about your comp, we are here to win, we are here to do some damage, but they, I'm a little worried for them. They, slightly disrespecting the UAEB side, and they are...
Speaking of in your face...
Oh my god, the flash, the root, the pullback from the set, and first blood onto AKM Cutie. That's exactly where you want the gold going. Last game I casted with the Vayne. Got her that early gold, and you don't even have to wait to that 30-minute mark. I think every one of those kills essentially knocks like at least 30 seconds to a minute off that final skill time, and what better way to start than first blood pre-1 minute.
Yep, and now Vayne gets to come back to lane with a longsword and an extra potion to their name.
That's a little worrisome if I'm Fauntleroy, knowing that this Vayne is going to be looking for those silver bolts. I mean, once they level them up, of course. But that is where a lot of this damage comes from in lane trading. So right now, gonna have to play it safe. But that's why with this Vayne, you know, you've got the tumble, and unfortunately, gonna get caught by the Q that time. But you have the tumble, you have the cleanse for any of that hard CC in case you really need it. And I don't think Cutie is.
It looks like one of the people is trying to put some points onto AKM, doing it properly, and it's still not working.
They may not have the right amount of tokens, if that's the case. So
no, he checked. He did check. He has 100 tokens. He's trying to put all of them. Try just putting just typing all instead of 100. See if that works.
Interesting. All right, we'll let that one go through, and until you get it, unless it already has gone through, and you can check with my play in that case. But right now, a little bit of trading up in that top lane, as Bodas actually doing some good damage here. No brackets on the command. It'd be like this: play, AKM, and then your points. So that'd be me putting down 1 point there. But as we're going, we're seeing some trades of CC back and forth. But these junglers actually going to run into each other here, as some carry going to be taking away that blue buff. He's going over the wall as well too, and unfortunately XZ not able to find enough damage there with that Phoenix stance as of yet. But nice little steal there from some carry.
Yeah, managed to steal that, as we do have him moving into the mid lane here. Jinx is going to get rooted up.
Oh, yeah, and that damage, again, coming from the swing set combo is pretty damn devastating. Just got to keep an eye every time that electrocutes up. It's pretty nasty, but Cutie finding XZ out a little bit too. Fauntleroy going to be over the wall, but the condemn into the outside wall of that Raptors pit there is just going to slow him down a little bit, but not stop him completely, as top lane trading back and forth again. Bodas here running away. The Ignite is taking down as well too, but Bodas with the autos, with the dot, with the Airy. It's gonna get Happy L quite low, but not low enough, but we'll get the back at least.
Yeah, and Teemo is relatively low. He should be able to just shove this in and then reset. Shen does have TP if he doesn't want to lose this wave that's going to be moving into his tower. Yep, there's the TP.
Look at that damage though in the bot lane though, as Yoyi pulled back in, and oh my goodness. Haymaker doing a lot of damage, especially when you're able to get it lined up nice and in the center. But a lot of priority coming from Akuma in that bot side. However, top lane trading back and forth. That blind going to be blocking up a lot of Happy L's damage, but some carry coming in as well too, trying to look for the knock up here. That's going to be the flash to follow up, but oh, the blind and the poison. Is it going to be enough? No, he's chugging a potion as well too, so he will survive, but very close on that top side.
And this Teemo is actually putting in a lot of work. Up 10 CS on his lane opponent there, almost killing and burning the flash off of him.
Oh no, Happy All went back in, but the knockups there, that's going to be the damage. However, some carry takes a turret shot, and XC is there to follow up, but look at the poison ticking down. Oh my goodness, that's going to be Bodas picking up one, but in the bot lane, we had another kill happen. Mr. Cookie taken out, and Akuma is up 5-1, a kill a minute so far here at 5 minutes, and almost up 3k gold. This is a really good start for Akuma.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk very much this game. This first 5 minutes already indicator.
yeah, every minute, like I said, there's been a kill, and yeah, I'll give you the floor though, so I can get my oxygen back here.
Okay, so we have the game state right now. Akuma is up nearly 3,000 gold here at the 5 minute mark. That is something that you don't want to see, and look how evenly spread out the kills are, meaning every single one of these people have a lead in every single one of their lanes. It's going to make it very, very hard for UAEB to actually get back into this game already from the start. Really, the only lane that's not struggling that much is the Anivia, because Anivia now has her ultimate and can just do this to every wave that tries to come into her general direction.
Yeah, that's definitely nice. I mean, the AoE from Anivia, the wall, and her ultimate as well too, just provides so much of I guess the nope zone, if you want to call it that. Just hey, stay out. We don't want you here. But rotating down, 4 members starting up this Mountain Drake for the side of UAEB. So they're going to go ahead and secure the first Drake of the game. And we have an Infernal next, which means this soul is going to be, I'm going to say
it's Cloud?
Yeah, I'm thinking Cloud as well too. That's what what I'm being told from the inside. But Take a look at this. Fauntleroy catching Cutie. Maybe on the wrong side of this. XE is here as well, too. A lot of damage coming out from this Anivia. The flash forward, but the flash response from Cutie. Not able to get that last auto off. XZ still on the chase, though, but is going to have to give it up, knowing that Condemn will be back on off a cooldown. However, let's see some carry facing off with XZ once again. Scuttle going to be going over to UAEB there. And Happy All has rotated on down. Some carry. Actually, I believe popping the ult there to try and get out. But Fauntleroy is going to find one. Some carry's got nowhere to go. And that's a double kill for the Anivia. Vodas trying to offer some cover fire over the wall there. But it's not going to be enough. Fauntleroy picks up 600 gold for himself.
Yeah, managing to close that goal gap there, and now the Anivia is going to have a pretty significant lead, at least for the early stages of this game. Getting those 2 kills is really going to set out very nicely. Sitting on nearly 1,400 gold there, going to be... For a second, I saw the leeching staff in there, and then it got changed to Lost Chapter. I was about to have a few questions.
Misclick.
So it is going to be the Lost Chapter. I do expect a Leandri's Anguish coming out from the Anivia here. It could be the Luden's Tempest. However, I don't believe that is what it's going to be. That's not really the standard you see on Anivia anymore. Already stacking up the tier. Going to go for the Saracen Embrace second, which means the damage coming out once those 2 items are completed are going to be absolutely disgusting.
Oh, absolutely. It's just... Riot decided to put a second Leandri's in this game, and all the mages that have dot damage were like, ooh-wee, let's go. This is my time to shine, and Nivea is one of those champions, so for sure gotta watch out for that late game damage from her. But let's see, this is Carrie is in at the blue again, gonna get caught by that flay, but tunnels on out to safety, and the Condemn on to Yoyi there. But that blue will not get stolen this time. However, Happy All taking a lot of damage from the Noxus traps there, and the Noxus, not Noxon. That's different thing here in the
if
league.
Timo was if Timo was from Noxus, I'd have a few questions for Riot developers. Like, why?
Is he not? Is he not though already? Little evil guy running around the top lane, but Fauntleroy. Uh-oh. Wow, that damage from Fauntleroy is already kind of nuts, but I mean, that's what we expect. You can actually see the levels he's been putting them into his E, which is why that does so much. But XZ on the bottom side of the map, and we got yet another fight breaking out this game. Dream is that's going to be Revnon pulled back in, the flash play away for the disengage. Very well played, but XZ still trying to find one with that Phoenix stance. Udyr, he's going back in, but that Swain burst is going to be quite a bit. Revnon here going on in, and Mr. Cookie with the ult there. He will find one, but the hook from Yoyi keeping him under the tower enough. But look at this, the flash, the taunt, and the bear slap. It's a double kill here for XZ4.
So that was a very good start of the play for the side of Akuma there. Being able to disengage the fight successfully, but deciding to go back in on a 2v5. Yes, you still have the Swain and the Swain ultimate still burning, and you have the Set ultimate in the back pocket, but the Swain's ultimate ends right after Set finishes his ultimate coming down. You need to get out of there as quickly as possible. Staying any longer than that is certain death. Yes, you get the kill on the Jinx, but Jinx was 0-2 before that, now 0-3. She's not the one that you need to be worried about. This is a 3-1 Udyr now.
And maybe a little bit of an issue in this mid lane as Cutie just getting out there, but Bear Slap onto Dark Lord Matt. He's getting so low, so fast. Fauntleroy with the ult, with the E again. Able to find one in the mid, but a trade kill up in the top lane as some carry is rotated up, finds the gank onto Happy Al. So across the map, it's a 1-for-1. Akuma's still in the lead, 8-6, and about 2k gold difference here. We are moving not quite out of that early game yet, but we are going to be hitting that mid game soon. And taking a look at this gold, we see the set loaded up quite a bit, but Fauntleroy and XZ4 both with 3 kills under the belts. And uh-oh, Yoyi maybe in a little bit of trouble here. Is Revnon looking for it? Gonna put the box up, and that's just, again, no thank you. We're out. We don't want this right now. So, unfortunately, Thresh ult is gonna be down.
That's not even... This gold lead is not even coming from anybody else anymore because of how much that UAEB has done to get back into this game. It's the top lane difference right now. The CS difference is disgustingly massive. That is, what is that, 55 CS above his laner there?
Oh my god, yeah.
Teemo.
Uh-oh. Look at this. This Inferno is going. They are going to be able to find this. Kuma find that one. TP is coming through for UAE. And everyone's just kind of disengaged here. Dark Lord Matt, though, going to get caught up by the Nvidia stun. Look how much damage he's able to do. Into the alt swing goes. Going to go golden as well, too. But this is only a matter of time until... you got to count the seconds on those ones. Because when you're surrounded by 4 members of the enemy team in Zanya's, yeah. Unfortunate. But the Infernal secured for Akuma. And it will be a Cloud Soldiers game, but take a look at this. Some carry over the wall into a 1v2 situation. He's looking to go on to Mr. Cookie, and oh my god, the damage! Are you insane? On the other side of the map, it seems ADCs are just the targets today as XC4 and Fauntleroy able to take out Cutie. As Dream, we're not done! Oxygen needed!
Oh.
Akuma! Some carry is everywhere this map. Another kill picked up there, but we are starting to see some turrets go down. Revnon able to find first turret of the game as in that bot lane against UAE. Oh boy.
And you see Udyr trying to walk up there, XC4, trying to walk up there to try and relieve some pressure off this Shen, but you kind of have to walk through a minefield to get to that, and Teemo isn't exactly the slowest champion in the league, so...
He is not. His W is actually... He cheeses me so much, and he gets the bonus movement speed too. Oh no, bonus attack speed when he comes out of camouflage. We're gonna have to go review that super quick. Maybe we'll just click on Teemo real quick, just peek some stats real quick. Upon attack speed, yes, it is the attack speed boost that he gets after coming out of his invisibility. But yeah, he's been a bit of a nuisance up there on the top lane for the Shen. I mean, it's been nice that some carry has been up there quite a few times to help out, but. Speaking of some carry, floating around the river there, but we kind of have a second to breathe. What? I cursed it! I cursed it, Dream! I say we have a second to...
No, we don't.
We don't. But this has been a pretty high energy game, I think, from both sides so far. Akuma came to this game too, kind of busted out of the gates running. But UAE has done pretty well to put a bit of a damper on this. However... Revnon steps into 3 members down here. He's going to be going for Mr. Cookie right away. Is he able to find... Oh my gosh, the Haymaker. So much damage with the flash from Revnon to try and get away, but the flash follow from Yoyi gets him down. XC4 finds his 4th of the game. And just want to bring your attention quickly to the...
oh no.
The other jungler, who is not afraid to take a stand on this one, but... Yeah, this has been insane so far, Dream.
This has been a very difficult game for UAEB so far. Luckily, the Teemo hasn't really been a downside to their team against them because he hasn't really left the top lane. However, the Shin has been feeling the full force of this. UAEB is, especially the Shin, is going to be struggling with this as he...
I don't know, but that flash, the poison, the ignite, and they just melt him down. Bodass. Absolutely ruthless on this team.
I'm curious to know what the flash was for. Maybe he was trying to flash for his W for the immune to
I think he was looking for it there, but
blocked damage.
Oh no, some carry, some trouble on the other side, but yeah. I think he was trying to get that last little bit of damage, trying to trade back with him, but he was just a bit out of range, and that's where that the ranged autos for the Teemo are kind of finding that advantage in the top lane this game.
Yeah, speaking of the Leandries, the Teemo has finished it. Now 2-0-3, pulling his own weight up there in the top lane, but that is a very scary Anivia on the other side. 4-0-1 has the Everfrost finish. Didn't even think about that. Everfrost is going to be a very... I'm sorry, I see a...
Yep. I was gonna... That's what I was gonna bring to your attention last time.
I see a Magi Soul Stealer.
Yeah!
And,
for the Udyr.
Udyr's... Okay.
Yes, but, I mean, oh my god, look how fast he is right now. Bear slapping away. No, it's the Phoenix Stance that's doing the damage here. Dark Lord Matt is just going to get shredded apart, but on the other side, Akuma, some carry, going unstoppable on that Rek'Sai. 6 and 2 so far. This has been absolutely insane from both these junglers. The play away from Yoyi here to try and disengage, but XC4 here to help even out these numbers. But it's Cloud Drake up in 5 seconds. Both teams with 1 Drake apiece are looking to bring the Drake numbers up just 1 more. XC4 fighting with some carry on the side. That's a lot of damage, but the Stand United coming through from the top laner will keep him alive. Shelly crashing into this mid-tier 1 as well, too. Gonna get taken out before the tower can drop, and now we have a Dragon on the map. Revnon not in the greatest of places. That hook is gonna go a little wide here, but pulling him back in, trying to do that damage. A taunt from the Shen, but in comes Revnon with the big ult. It's not gonna be enough because Fauntleroy is so huge on this Anivia now. It's so hard to get through this damage.
Yeah, and Anivia is just kind of existing in the backline. Still hasn't died yet, which means the egg has not been popped this entire game. And killing this Anivia is going to be a monumental task. The Meshai now has 18 stacks. I want to keep a close eye on that because I'm actually not entirely sure. I guess his Phoenix Stance does AP damage. Yes.
Yep.
So I guess the Meshai's work there.
The Phoenix Stance
yeah.
scale with
his
AP there.
Yeah, his first attack on his Phoenix Stance does 343 magic damage, so he knows something we don't, and that's a lot of damage.
AP Udyr coming in this game. Again, not something we've seen, but he's doing really well on the Udyr so far. I think the junglers are a big part of this game. Like, they have been around this map making rotations constantly for the team. Oh no, look at Bodas just waiting up in the top lane. Oh no.
He's just ready for it.
No, he's going in right now. Looking for Happy
Ignite.
Oh no, he's gonna go for it. What? I mean, Shen is able to make it out, but in the bot lane, Cutie's in a lot of trouble right now as Fauntleroy on the chase. However, you got some carry on the other side of this one. Maybe they're gonna look to give Anivia the first S in with the knockup as well and into egg mode, but there's not much you can do as an egg. Shutdown going on over to Cutie, but in come 2 more members from UAE as Rek'Sai coming in with the ult. Not going to be able to get away from that one. Cutie picks up another kill, and Yoyi on the run too, but look how much those silver bolts can do. Triple kill for Akuma.
Wow. That was not expected for that. I expected both the Rek'Sai and the Vayne just to die just from the damage there. Chasing just a little bit too far to allow the Rek'Sai to get in, cancel the ultimate with the flash, and knocking Anivia into the wall as well. Getting that massive shutdown onto the Vayne, who's now 4 and 2, and also getting a shutdown onto the Udyr as well, who was 5 and 1 at the time. Who got the shutdown onto Udyr? Vayne gets both the shutdowns for that.
Vayne got the triple.
Sitting on 3,000 gold, they just took both the bot and top inner towers as well.
Oh, junglers loving to duke it out this fight, but a little help from Fauntleroy is going to make this so much easier. 7-1. 7-11 on the Anivia there. Pretty fun. Also, another fun number there for Vayne, but we'll mention that. Anyways, this game is still pretty tight in terms of these fights, but when we look at towers, when we look at gold right now, Akuma just so far ahead. Ooh, that hook just on the tail end of Revnon there. But the playback from Yoyi as XC4 is here. The Chompers are going to lock up that set as well too, and goodbye as Mr. Cookie going to find a kill for themselves.
Now it just gets to.
Oh no. Oh, he's just out of range of him, but XC4 comes flying out of nowhere. That's the bear. Oh my god. This Udyr is so damn fast. He's been everywhere on this map. Same goes for the Rek'Sai.
Look where the traps are. Look where the traps are for this poor Shen. It hasn't really been able to play the game at all. As UAEB is hard pushing down on the bot side of the map. They are rotating. Akuma is going towards this Baron, however. They do know, and they are resetting. I don't think they know that they've started it.
No, I don't think there's any vision on this at the moment. So this is kind of, I mean, they gotta know, being on the bot side of the map as a 4-man squad, that this Baron's gotta be being jumped on at the moment. So not really too much they can do. So I think this is just one of those ones where it's say, okay, Baron's gone. Let's play it safe. Let's try and hold on, not get caught in thunder fights anymore. However, another Dragon up in 40 seconds. That, again, for UAB, I don't know if you take those fights with the other team having that Baron buff, but it's not the end of the world if they give up this Cloud Drake. That would tie both teams at 2 and 2 apiece, but this game seems to be getting a lot closer. Only a 3k differential, 2 tower differential, and now this Dragon, which is possibly going to be taken by Akuma, but UAEB have a lot of numbers rotating around here, plus the Scuttle Vision too. And
yeah, I do think they might just, as Swain is going to get, never mind, he's going to ever frost.
I mean, sure, they're going for an inhibitor tower right now, and possibly this inhibitor, and the trade is going to be a Cloud Drake. You know what? It may be so
that's
point,
definitely worth for.
I would put that in the worth category.
I would say it's kind of worth, but.
Happy Al is going to be taken down, and this is just a 2-man death squad coming through here, but Fauntleroy ends up coming back for that one. However, in the bot lane, Cutie trying to get away from this one. Hook is going to go a little wide, but XC4 is there, trying to find the bear slap, but the tumble away. Is it going to be enough? No, Mr. Cookie is able to finally shut that Vayne down, but that was enough to distract 4 members on the other side of the map of UAB, which means a lot of turret gold for Akuma.
Yeah, that is 7 turrets down for the side of UAB. Their entire top side has just been absolutely decimated. 73 farm up on his lane opponent. This Teemo still has not died. Probably putting fear into the hearts of people that think that this is a very bad champion. Clearly it's working in a competitive environment. I mean, he hasn't really been involved in a team fight whatsoever. He's just been split pushing the entire game, and now he's going to do the same thing to bot side. And who are they going to send besides the Shen there? Because if Anivia is not there and you bring your 0-5 Shen to any sort of 4v4 engagement, you lose those fights.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Shen just kind of deal with it and try and survive for now.
I mean, I think you're right in the call that Anivia needs to be there, because, I mean, if they get a PCC on a Teemo and Fauntleroy is there, I mean, you're gone. Sorry. Teemo is still very, very squishy. But, I mean, he's been doing a lot for his team, even though it doesn't look like he's been involved so much in these fights. He has been an absolute menace in this top lane, always keeping the pressure up there, and this has forced, you know, some numbers to go over. However, some carry getting caught out. Mr. Cookie with the Super Mega Death Rocket to clean it up as well. Means no smite on the map, but no big objectives for basically the next 3 minutes. So, unfortunate to get caught there. Gonna be losing a little bit of pressure, but Cutie possibly looking for something here. Needs to be a little bit careful, as that zap is going to hit from the Jinx, and Fauntleroy is just there to blow you up.
What?
I'm not too sure what Cutie was
doing there.
I have no idea.
You just saw your jungler get killed, and in their jungle, not even like 15 seconds away from you. You need to be walking away. You're pushing a lane that already is going to self-push on its own. Not sure what you're doing there. You're just giving opportunities for UAB to just come back into this game. Like, yes, they took the Baron, so that's off the map, but meanwhile, and they took an inhibitor as well, but meanwhile, this team is on Soul, and a team with a Shen, a Udyr, a Jinx, with Soul. If you thought Udyr ran fast before, just wait till he has Soul.
and on top of that, too, the fact that if they're able to get that third Cloud Drake, it won't be that full 40% ultimate cooldown, but to have, I believe, what it would be like 30% ulti CD, that's still pretty good to have, especially for like stuff like the Stand United. I mean, you can have the Shen on the other side of the map and join into the fight. He's got 2 TPs with him, like you said. When you said 3 TPs going into the game, I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, Shen. Shen's a thing. So, I mean, that'll be definitely nice to have, but I don't know how many more big fights we're going to see this game. So, I think the main key here is that movement speed for XC4. He's been an absolute terror running around this map, bear slapping, but the Phoenix stance and the 20 stacks on his Medjai is no joke. He is really scary.
And Teemo is just setting up for the dragon here. About a minute before it spawns there, he's throwing as many shrooms as he possibly can in that general area just to make sure that whoever tries to walk this way is not going to have a fun time.
No, you better be bringing sweepers, and we do see 2 of them on the side of UAE. Maybe potentially a third one this game. I might recommend, just because you never know where these shrooms are going to be, and especially the fact that you know the soul point is coming up for you soon. You got to be sending some sweepers down towards this dragon, which is up in 35 seconds.
What it looks like, they might just give up the soul. It is a cloud soul. People don't really care about all that much. But it looks like because of where they are on the map and where they're warding up, they might just give the second Drake for them.
Yeah, but look what's happening in the
As
bot
we do
side.
see another inhibitor go down. We do have members coming up here.
Okay, some carry, you're not going to be able to get this inhibitor. Able to find the tower this time, but Fauntleroy and the rest of UAE are here. So that's going to be soul, though. Your jungler just got picked again. You don't have a smite for this. If I'm UAE, you know what? I think this is even better, an even better call than the one they're making.
Never mind. Here comes Teemo.
Let's take a look there. I'm like, what's Teemo? Oh yeah, Teemo's on the other team, and he's just going and taking double inhibitors, while UAE is going for this Barons. And even so, you're going for Baron, but you're losing double inhibitor for this. Oh man, that's rough.
Yeah, double inhibitor, and they're going to lose soul here. It looks like as well.
I would have just sent 3 members down to this cloud, secure the soul. You guys are going to have the movement speed for XC4, and wouldn't have to worry about getting to this next Baron. And especially the fact it's that Teemo just got 2 free inhibitors. That's going to be so much pressure on the base of UAE. They're not going to be able to push out, and it's going to be really, really tough for them to make a stand or really get that vision up in their jungle.
There goes the flash for Yoyi there. I also want to note that the something that I want to say. Thank you for the raid, official Zizzy. I think that's how you say it. I believe you raided yesterday. So thank you for those raids as well.
Ayo, thank you very much.
But back to this game. We're now 30 minutes in. That is still, yes, they have the late game hyper carry Vayne, but this game, yes, they have so many ways to end this game. But notice how they can't just walk into the base and end the game. They can't just five man YOLO it, run it down, and win the game, because they know for a fact if they do that, they will get wiped. The enemy team is far stronger than they are, especially with this Anivia at the moment.
And this might be good for UAE as well too, because we just passed that 30-minute mark, and Fauntleroy is only 1 level away from being level 18. However, when you catch stuff like this, oh no, Bodas, goodbye. 1265 damage on that one there, if you saw that pop on your screens for a second. Oh my god, they just blew him up! They just blew up the poor little Teemo, but that's what we were saying earlier. If they get Fauntleroy onto Bodas, I mean, he's just gonna die so fast. So that is definitely one major annoyance off the board from for UAE there. But again, no major objectives up right now, so it's just about controlling this jungle, getting some vision up, and XC4 trying to chase down some carry right now. You got super minions beating on you as well too, is the Stand United coming on down over, as well as Fauntleroy. And some carry is picked off again.
Yeah, this was a 5-2 Rek'Sai at one point. Has now gone to 6-8-6. Really struggling, and these death timers are starting to get really, really long. The Teemo just respawned just now, and that was enough time for them to chase down and kill Rek'Sai, and the Teemo had respawned just after he died. So any big, massive engagement that happens here is just going to end the game. especially for the side if AKM managed to wipe 2 or 3 members off of the board. The game will just end right there because there's not a base left to stand against a team that's nearly max level here. As Timo is going to flower his garden.
Yeah, he's doing a little planting there. Maybe gonna hang out in the jungle and wait, but no, he's just got. Oh, that's unfortunate. 1 control that Yo-Yo puts down, and that is gonna be 5. 5 of those shrooms fulfilled. Oh man, that's gotta feel rough. That's a lot of resources used by Bodas there, but you gotta be expecting that, and Yo-Yo definitely is. His dragon is up in 1:25, but let's see if they're gonna be willing to go for it, because you can see those numbers. You can see Cutie and some carry sitting around the top side of the map, and they would love nothing more than the entire squad of UAEB to walk in.
Boy.
But yeah, oh boy's right. There are numbers. They're so damn close to each other, but Swain will spot him out. Matt getting a little bit of damage onto them into that bush. However, XE4 can smell something in his jungle, and we do get a pause. So hopefully Mr. Cookie's going to be back with us soon, but oh, just look at this. Mr. Cutie, you better not step out there. This is So Dream, 32, almost 33 minutes into this game. We've got Seoul coming up here potentially for UAE. But this has just been a lot of back and forth. Akuma has been in that gold lead for the majority of this game. And even though they are up 8 towers to 3, it's UAE that's in that gold lead right now. Up about 1.5k, which is not a lot for such this long of a game.
It's not a lot, but look at the itemization. Because they've had Super Bing and Stroomy into their base for what feels like the past 15 minutes of this game, you have a full build Anivia. Yes, I said that right. A full build Anivia at 32 minutes. You have a what's that? A 4-item Jinx. So late game Jinx is entirely online. Has more items than the Vayne there. Definitely has more items than the words set. Thank you. Set. There we go. Set. Every single one of the players on UAB has, besides the poor Shen that's just been getting unfortunately absolutely destroyed the entire game, every other member is stronger than their counterpart. The Rek'Sai is the only threat because he has Prowler's Claw, Sanguine Blade, and Collector. But other than that, oh no.
Cutie was spotted out by that sweeper, and now XE4 is gonna come in with Bear Sap. The Lantern is there, but oh no, Fauntleroy kind of blocks him off. And on the other side of the map, though, a few members of Akuma looking to push these super minions on into the base, which is going to be immediate rotation from UAE.
That was their plan all along. They were trying to bait multiple members coming down to deal with that. And they were just going to have Timo and Set go and end the game here.
They're trying, but really, if we haven't seen a super big fight from either of these teams, it's been a lot of skirmishes, picks here and there, kind of. We'll see people getting caught out of position, but one big fight here. If UAEB is able to find a fight as a 5-man, they can totally flip this game around and go just push down the mid lane, because these death timers are going to be 60 seconds a piece at this point. It's really insane. But we do have the cloud coming up again, and it is Akuma onto it first. XE4 is running down to it right now, but has to know there's some numbers around here. Oh, wait a minute. Timo's going to find Mr. Cookie, but gets traded back because Fauntleroy is there to blow him up. But look at this. In comes Set with the showstopper. And my goodness, are they going to be able to find Fauntleroy here? Revnon puts him into egg mode, and that's XE4 trading with the Swain over on the other side of this map. But are they going to be able to find it? Swain ult is popped, and that will be Fauntleroy going down. This is really bad for UAE, as Happy All is picked up in his base, and some carry Cutie currently on these Nexus turrets. One will fall, but that looks to be XE4 getting picked off as well too. And we get the blue balls effect here, as I believe Akuma able to finally claw their way into the base of UAE. This was a crazy game, but I do believe that is going to be the win here for Akuma. What the hell dream was this game? Oh my god, dude.
That was 34 minutes of never a 5v5 team fight, because Akuma could not 5v5 team fight. In fact, they sent 2 members to go kill Shen, while they sent 3 members to deal with everybody else. meaning the forces were split. Unfortunately, Mr. Cookie, which is one of the strongest members on the team, got picked off by an invisible Teemo that was just waiting in the wings and flash ignited and autoed 2 times, and Cookie was dead. Meaning they can no longer fight that despite the 14-2 Anivia. Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to see too. To take the loss on such a good game played as Anivia. They did, like, Fauntleroy played out of his mind. Look at the damage too, 26.7k on that Anivia. But Bodast, I mean, I hate to say it, but this might force a Teemo ban out from UAEB, because I don't think anybody, like, I didn't expect this, UAEB didn't expect this, maybe Bodast didn't even expect this either, or this is something they've just been hiding for weeks and weeks and weeks now. But 23k damage on the Teemo. He made that Shen's life absolute misery in that top lane.
As he should. It's a melee into range matchup, and there's not many options for the Shen to do much of anything. He did close the gap a little bit in CS, dropping or getting above the 100 deficit, but it didn't matter because, wow, he had less damage or less gold than the Swain did on the enemy team. That's how bad this Shen had it the entire game.
And sometimes, you know, it can be a little rough like that, especially when dealing with the with that range versus melee matchup. But we did see some good Stand Uniteds come out of Happy Al. I mean, the team fight was definitely where it was for UAE, and when they were able to find these fights in numbers, they were getting those advantages. But like you said, right, Akuma did not want a team fight, and they played that game exactly how they wanted to. They pulled the attention of UAE back and forth. Oh, we're in the top lane. Oh, we're in the bot lane. Oh, we're at the Dragon. Oh, where are we now? So this really kept UAE on their toes, and maybe just that you needed to be on point every second of the game in order to keep up with them. But it just eventually got to the point where one member was picked off, and Akuma saw their window there, and it just went right for the jugular of those Nexus turrets.
I mean, you saw what they were doing the entire game. As soon as they got those 2 inhibitors down, the side of UAEB was on full defense the entire time. It could not leave their base for the most part. And every time they did step out, there was a Teemo in their base auto-attacking things. And then if they go and chase him down, and then you see Vayne and Rek'Sai walk in and start auto-attacking things in their base once again. And they just did this on repeat while they had the core of the set, the Swain and they had the set and the Swain just kind of roaming around in between, trying to react to any sort of collapse that actually got onto the champions. But you saw how hard it was to actually get onto the Rek'Sai, so he just usually got away most of the time. And Teemo is very, very fast, so he's not going to get caught by anybody except for maybe the Udyr, he can just blind and still walk away.
Mm-hmm. But we will get moving on. We are going to hop to break, guys. So while we're on break, make sure to vote for your player of the game. That poll is currently live and in the chat right now. But we will be back here in a short 5 minutes with your player of the game, and then hopping into game number 2 of the series. But right now, Akuma lead 1-0. We'll see if UAE can pull it back in game number 2.
I get the shivers whenever I'm thinking about you. Just wanna leave and live without you. Be on my own again. I get the shivers whenever you go out of line, yeah. I feel it creeping down my spine, yeah. Wanna be alone again.
morning and see your face, I can feel it coming back. These shivers are every day. Whoa, I say it's over, I get out of bed and leave, yeah. Just like that, I got the shivers. Whenever I would think about you, now that I left, I live without you. I'm on my own again. I got the shivers. Whenever you went out of line, yeah. Now it's like everything is fine, yeah. 'Cause now I'm alone again. Where am I going now? Just falling over dreams. Now I'm just so far gone, this isn't what it seems. Taking me so damn long, it's fading from belief. I need to slow this down, it's burning from beneath. Come break this line, this moment's in my own sight. Holding on for what is worth my life. I'm all inside, I'll make it up the vine. Find my way to giants in the sky. Tonight it comes to life.
Turn this music down. Oh god, oh god, oh god, there we go. My goodness, sometimes CPU can be a little slow, but we are back on the desk, guys. After game number 1, Akuma came through with that win. We got our first player of the game. Yes, you are seeing this right. It is our first ever Timo as player of the game coming through. AKM Bodast going 4-2-3 on that Timo, being an absolute nuisance, but it is the champion, and you know he's going to be an absolute pest, but they play it very, very well, splitting the attention of UAE between multiple lanes. So I think the fact that you had the guts to bring it out, I commend you for that. I respect the hell out of it. And just a little fun fact, Timo was my first ever champion I bought on League of Legends back when I first started playing this game. So he holds a special place in my heart. And I'm
and like that, I've lost just a little bit of respect for you.
I understand.
Just a little bit.
We all got to start somewhere, and I mean, you know, it's funny to see.
My first one was Ash. Like pretty much 80% of people that played in season 1. So
yeah, we all get those starting ones, but that was I remember having a buddy saying, by the way, try this champion. He's pretty fun. But we are gonna flip it over to pick and ban. I have a couple names I have to rearrange because Akuma is going to be on side selection this game and have opted for that blue side, but we gotta switch things up on the actual lineup on your screens here, because it is Bodast still in the top lane. Some carry is moving into mid lane. Cutie is going in to jungle, and and Revenant is going to be his ADC this game. So we got, oh, I got a lot of names to switch up right now. 1 second as we get those cleaned up for you guys on stream. But yes, Akuma up 1-0 at the moment, and we are going to get this this second draft on the way very soon.
I do believe me and you recently casted a team that does something similar in a LRS draft, and usually throws people off enough to where they just kind of win games because people aren't ready for the role swaps. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yes, that would be Spartans, if I want to say.
Yep.
Off the top of my head, yes, they do like to do those role swaps quite a bit. But let's see what the plan is for Akuma this game with these.
I wonder if a Teemo ban is going to actually come out. I wonder.
You know what? You might have to give the respect to it because it's kind of gross, and you got Bodas going back up there again in the top lane. So, yeah, it might have to be the respect ban coming through. But
I mean, if he bans Teemo, maybe he just goes Heimerdinger and makes you happy.
That'd be kind of fun. I mean, Heimer's he's not terrible right now. He's not terrible, I'll say that, but it does make it tough if you pick him early and you get someone with any sort of engage. I mean, Aurelia is a very strong champion right now, and that just makes a Heimerdinger so sad when the Aurelia just zooms through your turrets and is suddenly in your face, but we'll see. We got some unconventional picks there last game. Maybe we get them again this game, but we're just lining up these names for you up in this game right now as Revnon, Bodas there. Revnon ADC, as you can see, Bodas in the top lane. Cutie and Carry are switched as well too, so I'll have those names swapped around in a few short moments as I try not to tear apart the entire stream here. We'll do our best. But Dream, what are we expecting here for bans this game?
Honestly, I don't know anymore. I don't. I think we'll see the Hecarim Tristana ban because of how strong those champions are. But other than that, I think it's all up in the air because the rest of those bans are player specific and not really super overpowered champions that are currently in the meta right now.
Yeah, I'm just finishing up.
Like Seraphine went the entire pick ban and didn't get picked at all.
Was she not banned?
I don't believe Casey Cools is playing today.
No, Casey Cools is not playing. That is from last time. I'm just getting Akuma some carry's name into the mix here, and then we're gonna get there we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit of spacing on that side too. Maybe a little less spacing because he's got a long name there, but that's okay. Just waiting for the ready up from these teams, and we are going to get this one going for you guys. So just a reminder, predictions will be open once these teams have locked into clients, so make sure to double check your tokens with, command tokens before that. And then we'll be off to the races there for our predictions. But yes, we are ready to go on our end, just waiting for these teams to ready up. But that is the recorrected lineup here for Akuma. Bodas in the top lane, Cutie in the jungle, some carry, mid lane, Revnon as the ADC with Dark Lord Matt still down there as our support. But again, waiting on the Pentakill.
One of the teams has readied up. We're just waiting on the other team to hit that ready button so we can go ahead and get into this very interesting draft.
All right. So, who's got to press the ready button? One of these teams have got to press it here.
I do believe we are waiting on UAEB.
Hopefully they get there fast. But same sides again, so I wouldn't doubt if we saw similar bans from Akuma this game. The Hecarim, the Alistar, the Tristana were all taken away from UAEB, which are all champions they are pretty efficient at. But there we go. We got the draft going this time. Akuma going to start it off with the bans again, and I think that Hecarim is a fair one to take off. I don't think we'll see too much changed up here for Akuma.
Yeah, what they had worked. I do believe the only adjustment may be the Anivia ban, because that Anivia was absolutely terrifying, a monster in the game. it didn't really mean all that much because they just kind of pulled them apart like cotton candy. Never gave them a straight fight, so which is what Anivia excels at. And you saw once they lost a single fight, they stopped doing that for the rest of the game. So I do believe that might be the only edit to Akuma's bans here. Other than that, I do think the bans will stay the same. As UAEB is contemplating what their first ban is going to be, it is going to be the Echo ban.
Interesting. Well, I mean, Cutie is in that jungle position, so they might be readjusting for that case. But like you said, Anivia is going to be next to go, and that takes the place of the Alistar that was banned out as the second ban from Akuma last game. Really fair. I mean, an Alistar is a lot more easy to deal with than Fauntleroy's Anivia. It was absolutely disgusting last game, but these bans are coming through fast. The Fizz from UAE, the Vayne actually going to be banned away now, too.
Banning... I believe they played the Vayne last game. Yeah, it was... Yeah, it was Akuma that played it. It was actually Revnon who would be, if wanted to play it again, would be playing it down in the AD carry position, but because of that ban, it kind of forced UAB to either ban the Tristana away or let it get first picked, potentially, by Akuma.
Yep, last ban for UAEB. A lot of things to consider. I mean, yes, the Seraphine is still on the map, but the set will be next to go, and I mean, that's totally fair as well, too. Revnon was doing a lot of damage. That set Swain combo that Akuma decided to whip out last game was pretty oppressive, especially in the early game. That lane was just always shoved up, which gave Akuma a lot of early dragon pressure, but didn't really see them act on it because, I mean, it was fair. That last game was more split the attention of the map. We don't need to look for these big team fights, but oh boy, that's a nice strong pick coming in as number 1, the Morgana. And I gotta say, I will be biased towards this pick because I love it. I love playing it. It's a great fit for really any team. The Black Shield just offers a great escape for any hard CC that's coming their way, but that binding obviously lasts 2 million years, so a great source of CC for any team fight.
Don't you mean it lasts 200 years?
No, that's a Felios. If you see a Felios, then maybe, yeah. 200 years of balance, folks! Oh, yep. Boy.
200 collective years of experience.
There it is. The Tristana was not banned away this game, so that is going to get picked up for, I believe, Mr. Cookie. If I'm correct, we might most likely see that.
I love that name.
I know.
Mr. Cookie.
Some great names in the league across all our leagues. We got some great names, some very interesting names. Some how is Ryan not flagged that name yet? But you get all sorts.
I can think of a few names like that.
Yep.
I feel like me and you are on the same wavelength of which names we're thinking about. We just won't say them.
No, because TOS. But you know what? Whatever. A name's a name, but a big one right now. Rel is coming through. I mean, this is just
that is a terrifying bot lane. Unfortunately, level 1 Tristana Rel is going to be a lot stronger than a level 1 Morgana.
You got your 1 binding. You better get ready to run after that, because oh boy. The Rel all in, we've seen it a lot of times, especially in higher elo. You know, you start with that W, you take your little leash or your chain or whatever you want to call it, your E, second to pair up with your Tristana, but that means at level 2 you have 2 champions that can jump onto you. That's really brutal for the all-in level 1, but the Gragas is going to be locked up here along with the Jarvan, and seeing that it is Jarvan.
I'm not really a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Gragas, Jarvan do not synergize with each other whatsoever.
One's locked down.
One of them wants to lock people inside, and one of them wants to throw people all over the place. I don't think you want to throw people all over the place if they want to lock them down. I've never been a big fan of that combo. However, you could, if you time it right and you get the Gragas ultimate down and throw somebody into the Jarvan to lock them down. Now that is a play that I don't really see, and I would love to see it.
You could absolutely do that. You could find picks, bring people to you with the Gragas cask. Or, I mean, if you get Jarvan jumping on somebody and throw the cask right inside the Cataclysm, I mean, they just get even more CC'd, but don't get shoved away. They're going to stay within those walls. So that's actually a great way to just pick one person and say, you're not moving for, like, ever. That's really mean. But a Kayn is going to get picked up as well, too. pretty mobile, I would say, and can do some pretty greasy stuff there with his ulti in terms of, when people look for those picks like a Jarvan and a Gragas. So when the Kayn just presses R on you, well, that CC, you're going to have to be waiting on it because he is going to be flying out of you in a few seconds. However,
now, I do think this might be an adaptation from Akuma there. I do believe they may have originally wanted the Morgana at the support role, but Gragas does a lot better into Rel, able to interrupt her jump down with his belly slam. I think that's what he's called. Body slam, something like that. He can interrupt it with that. So I do think this might be an adaptation from Akuma, and the Gragas is going to go into the support role with Morgana possibly going mid.
Potentially, absolutely. We're seeing the next of the bands coming through. And I was just having a chuckle to myself because I thought of a really gross name for the Gragas knockup. Gut slap.
Oh boy.
Gut slap. I want to call it
Oh.
nasty. Oh, Kiana gonna be going next as well. First time I've seen that one get banned away, but
Kiana in competitive play for at least a season now. It's been quite a long time. Ever since she was released, she was very, very overpowered upon release, much like Samira, and then she just kind of fell out of the meta after repeated rounds of nerfs. They've tried to bring her back to her old strike, but she just doesn't have the same oomph that she used to, and not really many people play her anymore. That's definitely a targeted ban.
Yeah, definitely might be one of some carries,
look
especially.
what was left up.
Oh boy, this one was left up for Happy Al, and now Kuma got to be thinking, oh, they got to be going for this Gragas mid next. I mean, that's honestly a great pick. I think would slot into UAEB's team comp really well. Really, you get a Kayn or Camille going in on these fights and a Galio to follow up, along with the engage you can bring from a Tristana Rel. That's really nasty, but that cask is going to be a key component here to making sure that you don't have 5 members of UAE on you right away. But looking at the side of UAEB, they got great damage, they got great CC, and great engage so far. As, Lucian, the next pick here for Akuma.
Yeah, that could go into the ADC role or the mid lane role, most often seen in the mid lane. Blinding the Lucian is going to be interesting. Unfortunately, they had no choice because they remained on blue side, so they had to blind either their AD carry or their mid laner here.
No way. Oh, they do it. They pick up the Kassadin. Let's go. Okay, chat. We got a little rule here. Is that when you see a Kassadin in these games, I have to at least have one person there counting in chat. 1 out of 16, 2 out of 16, 3 out of 16, because that's when we know the levels come unlocked. Unfortunately, the last Kassadin we saw on stream wasn't able quite to get that level 16 in time, but Akuma definitely know how to play around their team comps well, as we saw in game 1, so I'd be expecting them to just be given a lot of farm over to this Kassadin as much as they possibly can to get him to that level 16, which is scary stuff.
Yeah, the team comp that Akuma's drafted this time around is definitely a lot. That is a good pick into Kassadin.
That's what I was saying.
That's a Camille Galio, actually.
Yeah.
Talk about a Wombo combo engage. They just did it. But Akuma definitely has the composition that can 5v5 team fight, especially in, they have the early game dominance of the Lucian. They have the mid game of the Jarvan Gragas combo that we talked about, and then to secure the late game, they have the castle win. UAB is going to be strong pretty much throughout this game until really, really late, where they unfortunately have to deal with it's blind.
Wait.
Oh. They won't be able to pause in this.
Yes, so we are going to remake the lobby super quick. Oopsie. a little oopsie there. We'll get this, let's remake super quick.
Alright.
we'll just shoot him that message super quick. But we will get this show rolling in a couple seconds there as we'll flip back to these picks. Let's see if I actually got them in order, if I got them all.
Once again, Akuma has built a composition that will be able to...
Oh.
I don't believe that's in order, unless we have...
Oh, no, it
carries.
is not in order quite yet. No. I have yet to press the button because, again, looking at the side of Akuma, I think once Akasin came in as the last pick, we kind of got the confirmation that it was the Morgana going support and not to the mid lane. So that's definitely fair. And
that...
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it also does confirm that it is a Gragas top lane.
Mm-hmm.
So Gragas is a staple pick in the top lane now. He's still very, very strong in the jungle, unless this is a very, very weird old thing where it's Jarvan top lane with Gragas jungle. I highly doubt that, but Gragas into the top lane against Camille. Camille is definitely going to be stronger in the first few levels, but as the Gragas gets tankier and tankier, it will be a little bit harder for this Camille to deal with it. However, her split pushing prowess into the Gragas is going to be very difficult for Gragas to match because you can build all the tankiness you want. Camille has true damage. So,
yeah, and this combo that we've seen, the Camille Galio, is something that UAEB have run. Looking back a couple weeks ago, when they were playing against Temple Control there, that was where they found their win. It was when they ran the Camille, the Galio. It was the Thresh, the Lilia, and the Bane paired up as those other three. But I think, looking at what Tristana and Rel can do, which is jump on you and get kills really, really fast. And same with the AKM, which is jump on you and try to kill you as fast as possible. This is some really nasty team fight coming out of UAEB. So I'm curious to see what Akuma is planning for here. If they're just going to take it safe up until that point where Cassin hits his big power spike there at level 16. Curious to see how this one will play out.
See, the thing that I'm concerned about for the side of Akuma is they have gift wrapped UAB a comfort composition. You have the Camille Galio, which they've ran before, that they are super comfortable on. Tristana was banned away, so clearly their 80 carry is comfortable on it. Rel is very good at synergizing with Tristana, able to jump in with her. And Kane can come from pretty much anywhere, and he has 3 champions on the side of Akuma where he can get those red stacks, and a red Kane is absolutely terrifying in the mid to late stages of the game. It is going to be very, very difficult for Akuma to 5v5 team fight this composition because of how comfortable UAEB is going to be on these champions.
Yep, that's definitely another point too, is the comfortability factor on these champions. I don't believe I've gotten the fortune of seeing XC4 play that Kane before, but I think it slots in well with the team comp that they're running, and the comfortability, like you said, is going to be such a key factor here. But I think it's, looking towards what this team comp is trying to do. Level 6 is, again, that magic number that we love to hit. And once UAE kind of gets everybody to level 6, we are going to see some big stuff happening as a team. So I really hope to see them going for these dragon fights, going for, oh, that's a Lucian top. Okay, let's go with whoa, wait a minute. Wait a second here. Is Akuma doing some stuff to us again?
It looks like it. I have been subject to the Jungle Morgana on a few times before. I know it works. I don't like that it works. I just know it does. So that means we're going to have a Gragas Jarvan bot lane.
We should have seen it coming from Revnon and Dark Lord Mad after last game. Honestly, I guess you can make it work. It's gonna be not the most fun thing to deal with, but it's a lot of tankiness that can at least deal with that Tristana and maybe at least sustain through that. I'm curious to see what kind of runes you take as the Jarvan, as the Gragas, but I mean, would it be possible just to run Electrocute on both of them and just zap the Tristana down? I mean, This is Akuma. Akuma never fails to surprise, and I'm definitely curious to see how this one is going to go, as I have to go and switch up these champions and their order at least for a couple seconds. But damn, I should have expected it. Oh, Akuma. Wait a minute. No, we're fine. Okay. IV. But with that, predictions are going to be opened up here, so you can go ahead and start to place down those tokens as I just last minute get the Gregus in there, and boom, we can hit the transition. We got everybody in line and in order now. But Dream, looking at this one,
the location of the champions doesn't really change. Yeah. The location of the champions doesn't really change what they want to do with their composition. They still want to scale up, get to late game, and let Kassadin solo carry the game, and allow Lucian to kind of just keep them in the game until then. That's what they want to do. Lucian is going to be a bit better into Camille because he can dash away from Camille. And Morgana is going to be very interesting in the jungle, especially against Kayn, because I do believe that Kayn does not, or will definitely win a 1v1. However, Morgana can get away very, very easily with just one Q and walk.
Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely true. And depending on what we see the Kayn go this game, I'm looking at this, and generally the history has been Red Kayn is just really great, but yeah, there's 3 tanks on this. There's the 2 tankier champions that we see on Akuma, the Jarvan, the Gragas, but I don't know if you still go blue Kayn, because it's not going to be the easiest champions to pick up. That Lucian, the Cass, and Morgana are all, like you said, not exactly the easiest champions to chase down. So I am curious to see what kind of
blue Kayn would be going for. Blue Kayn would be very, very bad here, because Blue Kayn will get one shot by Kassadin late game.
That is kind of what I was saying. I was like, would they go blue Kayn? Like, oh, squishies me. I go blue. No, probably not. Red is. if you're ever considering what you're gonna go on Kayn, or which path you're gonna take, just block the blue. Go red.
I will say something that I just realized. Camille is going to have to be the sole person to deal with this Kassadin, because Camille can lock Kassadin in a cage, and Kassadin can't rift walk away from that. Meaning, if Galio ults on top of the Kassadin just kind of dies, which would just eliminate that late game threat almost entirely. And Tristana is a much stronger carry in the late game than Lucian is. So they have to be very aware. Camille has to be on top of this Kassadin 100% of the time, because the moment Kassadin gets to rift walk all over your team, you lose the game.
Hits 4 stacks and hits 4 of your teammates, and then they just disappear. Not the most fun time, but I that was a concern I have as well for the Lucian once Happy Owl hits 6, is that once a Hextech Ultimatum comes down, you're not dashing away from that, buddy. You got nowhere to go. So definitely, like we said, number 6 is that magic number that we're looking forward to. But guys, we are going to head to break for a short little while and be back on to the Rift very soon with game number 2 of Week 9 LTS Premade League. So we will be back very, very shortly. So make sure to keep getting those predictions in. If you haven't checked your tokens already, keep getting those going. But we will see you soon. See if Akuma can take this game 2-0. Or if UAEB, with their comfort picks here, are going to bring it to a Game 3 for us. But we'll have to see as it all unfolds on the Rift in a few moments. We will be back real soon.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come at me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could.
Hello, and welcome back. Oh, we got nothing on the screen there. There we go. We are up and running now, but we are hopping into game number 2 of our LTS pre-made series tonight. Akuma opting for that blue side once again. UAB is going to be back on the red, but some more comfort picks for them tonight, and I'm sure they're feeling a little good about having that Camille and Galio under their belts for this one.
30 seconds until minions.
Yeah, and they do have their Tristana as well, which is most likely another comfort pick for them. Looks like no shenanigans coming from the side of Akuma this time around. No 5-man cheesing. And it looks like it is going to be the Jarvan that's going to be the one that's CSing. No fasting Jarvan or anything weird like that, as Akuma takes first blood on health bars.
And that's the game right there, folks. We can go ahead and just close right now.
Yep.
That'd be
All right, go next.
No. We got lots more league to go tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes. As just fighting with my headphones right now. They don't seem to be cooperating too nicely at the moment, but unfortunately, no bets coming through for this game, so we don't get to find out what the crowd is thinking on this. But taking a look at this, I got to give my edge to UAEB on this one, just because they have that comfort. They know these champions well and have found success with it against that other top-tier team in this league. So very curious to see what's going to happen in this game, but they got to have in the back of their mind they can't let this Cassidy get to level 16.
No, they definitely cannot. The Galio is going to be able to mitigate some of that a little bit. Obviously, nothing like a Darius in the mid lane against a Cassidy, but Galio does have the innate resistance to magic damage. This is also a double melee matchup into a ranged champion, so it is going to be a little rough in the bot lane. You are starting to see already a small amount of CS difference in the bot lane as they get level 2 first, and they're going to be able to push in. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Camille down only has 2 CS to her name. Once again, the melee to range matchup not being fun. We saw it last game with Teemo of all champions. Going into the Shin and this game is not going to be any different. However, we do have a more standard champion, the Lucian in the top lane, going against the Camille. She does have a pretty big wave, going to be able to catch up in the CS here just a little bit. And Galio is just going to be able to do this pretty much for the entire early game because Cassidy has no lane presence until he hits 6.
Yeah, it's going to be a little rough until these levels start to come through, but a little stun there from Yoyi, and the jump on as well, getting a little bit of CC, but looks like AKM want to re-engage there, so a little bit of an advantage to UAE after that trade, but look at the mid lane right now. Fauntleroy is getting chased down as Cutie has made their way here. One more binding will do it, locks him down, get that pool damage, come on! Ooh, blocks the dash away, but the flash over the wall followed with another flash. First blood there for Cutie. But in the top lane, we got another fight breaking out as XZ4 has made his way up to the top lane, finds that Lucian, and it's 1 for 1 on the board.
That was actually a really, I thought the Galio was going to escape, unfortunately getting knocked up at the last second. Oh no.
That's a little bit of a rough exchange there for the top lane, but that's kind of where, you know, these higher elo players know that, okay, if I burn the flash here, I can still chase down, I can get that last auto off and just end him. So definitely smart on Cutie to follow that up and not give up on that one, because that extra 400 gold in the pocket, along with what they're doing to the jungle of XC4 right now. Well, I mean, they're just kind of both on each other in each other's jungles at this point, but
yeah, they're just vertically jungling right now, as taking a tower shot not going to win that trade out.
A little bit of CC down from Yoyi again. Aftershock going to come through as well, but right now again you can see how aggressive Rebnon and Dark Lord Matt are. They love to push these lanes in, but I don't know how a gank from the King would look onto these two champions, because they are not the easiest to kill. They both have methods to get out of those fights if they want to. So I'd say that attention from that King is probably going to be kept towards the top side of the map, but that means, how is he going to get his red? So we'll have to see.
Good question.
You know? So maybe, I don't know if they're going to be the best of ganks, but if you're going to get your red, maybe look towards that Kassadin. I would like to see them, you know, putting some carry a little bit behind, knowing that if it's a scaling champion and he's further behind than he needs to be, well, damn, that's going to help our win condition and put Akuma really behind on what they're planning to do.
And we do see the Gragas is beginning his roams. The Kassadin hits 6, meaning Galio loses all presence in this lane because Kassadin can just rift walk, do damage, and walk away.
Yep. It's the magic number we were waiting for, but still waiting on Happy L to hit that 6, get the Hextech ultimatum so they can start making those plays, but they're not going to wait for that long as Galio goes in, followed up by Yoyi here. Fauntleroy trying to pick up a kill here, but the flash, the rift lock away from some carry. Is he going to be able to make it out? Yes, he's Kassadin.
Why would the Ignite not used there? I'm actually a little curious. Ignite was used there, that's a kill onto Akuma, or onto some carry.
The Rel got close enough to get the E and get the stun off, but was not close enough to get the Ignite off onto the Kassadin. So I agree. The Ignite would have been good, but could she have gotten there though?
She definitely was able to get her E. She was sitting on top of him for quite a while. He got stunned, then knocked up, then moved aside, then taunted. She definitely had enough time to ignite him during all of that, but unfortunately not pressing the button fast enough as Jarvan is just going to walk out. Very hard to gank this. Very hard to actually get on top of him.
Yeah, he's the Plague and Drag, not the easiest, or not the nicest. I mean, he just kind of gets out of those situations, but that's where Yoyi, I mean, that Rel is just so ridiculous in what they have in their kit. I mean, on top of the Magnetic Storm or the ults that they have, to just essentially, you can just flash in and press your R on whoever you want, and that's going to lock him down. Guy has a knock up, has a shield, has a knock back, depending on which form your W is in, and of course has like an Aurelia stun built into her. So this champion's got it all. Yeah. Whatever you really want, you can kind of get away with. Very hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with, and you're gonna have to see because this bot lane we haven't seen a few back and forth, but it's definitely gonna come down to how these lanes are played and where these numbers end up. Is Happy L taking a little bit of a trade here and takes a turret shot as well, so needs to be a little careful, knowing he's going in again. Range versus melee matchup. There might be different champions this game. However, we've seen the gauge on the bot side. Revnon starting it off as Dark Lord Matt goes in with the belly bump there. Jump away from Mr. Cookie, but Cataclysm goes down onto Yoyi. You've got nowhere to go. Revnon will pick up the kill and the flash away from Mr. Cookie to dodge that Dark Binding. That's very close to finding multiple members there, but unfortunately Yoyi will fall. Another kill on over to Akuma.
Yeah, and you see the Kane is in a bit of a difficult position here because he knows he has to give up the Mountain Drake here. And yes, the Rift Herald is up, but the Camille is not going to have an easy time rotating because she's not winning these trades at the current moment.
Not yet. Not yet, at least. And they do have the level 7. They just have to wait for a good time, I think. But, well, maybe this is the time as the heroic entry is going to come through a little bit early as the Hextech ultimatum was burned afterwards. So a little bit of a misplay there from UAE. Don't know if they're going to still try to dive this one, but oh, that's so unfortunate. One more second. If they would have waited for the Hextech ultimatum to come through first and then get the heroic entrance, but oh no. So that is tough. Misplay from UAE, and that's going to allow some carry to get some turret play gold here.
Yeah, it definitely is, but Kane might get caught out here. He's going down. As we got an engagement in the mid lane here.
Yeah, let's see if Fauntleroy can keep away some carry. Oh, beautiful stun from the Rel. And the Ignite's coming through this time, but Dark Lord Matt is here to help escort some carry out. We'll survive that Ignite damage, but all in all, it's not too much going to be exchanged except the Summoner burned. However, junglers. CXZ is kind of lurking around Cutie right now. Oh, boy. As is... Oh, some carry... Why is some carry still hanging around here? This is really risky, I think, in my opinion. However...
Yeah, that's why I'm not talking. I'm, like, waiting.
Just waiting for what? For this? For the Cataclysm! We just have to wait for a big taunt from Fauntleroy, but Jungler's actually going to get picked off as well, too. Silence coming through. And unfortunately... Oh... That Flash going to be burned to get away from the binding, but Happy Owl is in some major trouble right now. Nowhere to go. Is Fauntleroy going to be taking out that Cassidon as well on the backside of the fight? A bit of an interesting situation is they got numbers all over the place. People are just kind of in some odd positions right now, so I think UAE just needs to slow it down right now. Just get back to it, wait for the ults to come back up, and look for one of those clean Camille Galio plays. However, at least Mr. Cookie is taking some turret plates down there on the bot side.
Taking some, he managed to get 3 turret plates during all of that, and despite the kill that the Draven has, the Tristana is going to be ahead in gold here. Not by much, only about 100 gold, but still ahead in gold despite the kill is going to mean that she gets to go back and already has the Noon Quiver and a pickaxe, so going to just buy tier 2 boots. Just casually buy them. And it's going to be a lot harder to actually deal with this as we got another fight in the mid lane here.
Yeah, some carry taking a lot of damage there. You can see Cutie is floating around the other side, so is Yoyi, and everyone's just going to back on off. It's both. You can't technically call... I mean, she's a jungle this game, but usually that support, that Black Shield came through around the same time as the Rel, so everyone just backs on off for now. I see Fauntleroy trying to go in again, but that Rift Walk timed nicely to not get jumped on again. But we have a couple moments here. Actually, no, we don't, because a taunt used in the mid lane. Knock up there as well, too. The Ignite is used, and Fauntleroy will get it. Yoyi not leaving that Galio side, making sure to stick around, because you got to know some carry is going to start to look for them, and they punish for that overextension there from the Cassidon. However, top lane is coming through, as that will be the Shoal Shackles used there. Unfortunately, one gonna drop there, and this Happy Owl trying to get another back, but oh my god, Cutie. The Dark Binding on top of the CC it does also has some decent damage sitting there as well too, but nicely done by Cutie to pick up the double on that.
Yeah, by the way, did you know that the bot lane is no longer 80 carry support, it's just the 80 carry, and mid lane is now, it's mid lane and support now. I don't know if you realize the meta change, because clearly this Rel thinks so.
I mean, it's really good on Yoyi to make those rotations, knowing that at least Mr. Cookie has a way out. But you can see, when both the Jarvan and Gragas are down here, he is ready to go, sitting with his Tristana. But if he sees the opportunity, he's making those roams, and that is definitely the sign of a good support, is knowing where to be and making an impact in the game, no matter where the lane. But looking to make an impact right now, going in. The Magnetic Storm is going to be pulled. Darklord Mag looking to try and go back in. The caster to knock him forward. Cataclysm on top, but that's what the jump is for. And luckily, just a sliver of health there to stay alive. Is this Tristana going to be able to make it out? Some carry goes in. No, Mr. Cookie will drop down, but heroic entrance in. Not going to be able to knock up anybody, but Revnon is the next target to be jumped on. Beautiful taunt there from Fauntleroy. He's now on that killing spree. Yoyi trying to go back in. Has that shield, trying to shred apart, but some carry is shredding apart these members with the Rift Walk. However, couple members going to get dropped. Double kill for Fauntleroy, but he's just a sliver of health. He will drop, and the only one survives at the last of this Hunger Games is Cutie. Oh my god.
That was probably one of the sloppiest fights I've ever seen.
It ain't clean, but it's working. Akuma will take what they can take as Morgana heads
Something
on
that I told Salt yesterday.
I think I remember you saying that too.
There's a difference between clean games and good games. Right now, Akuma is playing a good game. They're not playing a clean game.
I mean, as long as you get those wins. However, Mr. Cookie looking for Cutie right now, and this is a little unfortunate there. This Dragon's just going to be going right on over to UAE there. Nice to start this one up. Oh, but look at this. Some carries over the Dragon Pit. 43 health, but it is secured by Mr. Cookie. Now some carries in some trouble. Riftwalk into Tristana might end it, but no, they locked down Cassidon. You cannot move, and oh, Dream, we weren't tracking it before, but Mountain into Cloud, we got ourselves an Inferno this game.
sorry. That's also a blue cane, by the way.
Oh, we said no though. We said no.
We did say no. We said don't do that, and then he said I'm gonna do it. We're like, please no, and he did it anyways.
I can
we
get
do have a blue cane on this map.
Uh-oh, look at that. The culling's actually being used right now in the top lane by Bodas. Happy Owl will survive. I mean, I can get it, though. The majority of these fights that XC4 was in were with ranged champions, so I can see why that's what they went for. And if your goal is, okay, we just have to blow up Caston, then sure, why not? But it's not going to be the easiest of jobs, and it's not going to be the easiest of survivability. So we'll have to see. Because I have seen when blue canes get rolling, I deem it the drive-by build, because you just drive by, you just swing on by, and somebody dies. So there is merit in it, but you do have to be ahead on this cane is the one kind of condition. As Soul Shackle is going to come through again. Yo-Yi trying to jump out, caught up by the Dark Binding, and in comes some carry over the wall with the Rift Walk as well too. Magnetic Storm there, and the Flash out to try and survive. Fauntleroy the front of this, but in comes some carry over the wall with that Rift Rock. Dark Lord Mac gonna get smited up there as some carry doing a lot of damage, but the cane in with the ult. Is he gonna be able to find it? No, Umbral Trespass is not gonna be able to do enough, but 3 members of UAE will. They are able to find that double kill for XC4.
Yeah, and the blue cane already starting to pay off there. The Morgana had to get out of dodge, going and taking some of the jungle, trying to just get something back, because that was a very deep play that they tried to do. Diving between both the outer and inner towers there.
It was really, really nice by Yo-Yi to essentially bring them back as far as he did. He did end up dying to that Cassian, but I mean, you had the Galio there, you had your Kane there, and yeah, blue Kane and squishies. Let me correct that. Blue Kane and squishies. It tends to have a fun time, but that's nice to see that gold is going onto the Kane right now, especially the fact that we're not at that 20-minute mark. So hopefully UAE can keep this up. However, QD is down the spot lane.
No, that was also Kane without any damage, by the way. Only has the Serrated Dirk and the Caulfield's Warhammer, along with the stacking tier. He's sitting on 2,600 gold right now. The moment he goes back, he's going to have a lot more damage. You saw how little he did to the Cassidon. That is going to change very, very quickly.
Yeah, some decent CS numbers coming out of these junglers. I mean, really, really both of them at this point. So go to them to keep that gold income going. And I think those are probably the 2 most valuable champions in this game at this point, the Morgana and the Kane. Both of them have shut down gold. Obviously, a little bit more on that Morgana, who is 6-0-2 at this point in time. But nonetheless, both teams still duking it out pretty good. This is a very close game. Only less than 1,000 gold separates them. No towers taken yet. A dragon apiece. We got ourselves a good game on the way as Revnon jumping on Yo-Yi. This is a little bit of trouble as the Rel will jump on out. However, Cassin has shown up to this one. Magnetic Storm followed up by the heroic entrance. Are they going to be able to find him? Fauntleroy takes down some carry. And UAE turn this around as the Hextech Ultimatum comes down to lock down Dark Lord Matt. It's a double kill here for Happy Y'all. And this is what UAE has been hoping for, is finding a nice team fight with the numbers on their side. And they find exactly that.
Yeah, and that less than 1k gold lead for the side of Akuma that they had is now gone as they jump up about 1.5k there. It's going to be a little evened out because Lucian is going to take a return of that top lane tower, and the Morgana is kind of just sitting there waiting patiently for, I believe it was for the Rift Herald, managing to pick that up right before time is going out there, but the top lane turret is again responded by the mid lane turret because Cassidon has been really struggling in this game to deal with the presence of this Galio, and his turret has suffered quite heavily for it.
Yep, and I mean, this is actually a really good opportunity for Kuma to really drop the Herald either in mid or bot at this point. Because if Shelly's able to get a charge on that mid or the bot, it's going down. And we have a Dragon up in 5 seconds. Infernal, first of the game, is going to be up very soon. And we have so many bodies around this Dragon pit right now. We're going to have a nice big fight here, I think. As Binding comes down, the taunt to say, hey, back off, we don't want you coming near us at the moment, but let's see as we dance. I'm not going to say it. That's Some writers gonna be mad at me as, oh my goodness, the trade in the mid lane. Mr. Cookie will survive with less than 10 health after that Glass of Night tick down, but now we got a 4v5 situation around this dragon. UAE is going to do a nice job to drag this one out, and I don't know what is going to be done about this as Cutie is wrapping around here with the binding, but immediately jumped on with the Hextech Ultimatum, Black Shield there to try and slow things down. The Soul Shackles about to into golden. Oh my god, Akuma is just shredding the members of UAE apart, and they're going to go ahead and try to find the dragon. No, they'll find the Kane. The Kane finds the dragon in the end, but you trade 4 members for an Infernal. That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, and it was a 4v4. The Tristana had to reset because she had like 3 HP after that fight in the mid lane with the Cassidon.
No.
But you saw the power of that lockdown that they managed to do, especially if Morgana's in the area. Their team fight is very, very terrifying because you can't run away if Morgana it happens to be there at the same time that Jarvan is ulting on top of 2 or 3 members, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful play too. The exact play you want from a Morgana is walk in, you pop your R, you lock down as many people as you can, and then you go golden. However, oh god, don't walk in the jungle. You can't go there as Tristana's gonna get blown up by the Cassidon. Yoyi trying to make it out, but buddy, I'm so sorry. You are gonna get picked off as well too. Way too much damage coming out from Akuma there. Herald going to be spawned in the mid lane as that's starting to time out. However, with those 2 members, those 2 clutch members from UAE off the map, they're going to start up this this Baron. Oh my god, hold on. It's drive-by Kane mode as he's going in. He finds one, trying to find some more, but no, picked off by the Electrocute. However, some carry. Oh no! Oh no! Baron! Baron with the kill. Fauntleroy with the assist. He's going to flash out of the Cataclysm there, dropped down by Revnon. As this is a bit of an interesting situation up on this Baron side, which was stopped. However, bot side, Happy Al has taken this tier 2 tower. And Fauntleroy still looking for some trades. Oh, nicely timed Q. If he gets the shutdown gold on to this Morgana, Cullen going to get dodged up by that stopwatch. However, he's going to get picked off by the Jarvan. Big Magnetic Storm here by Yoyu. However, knocked out of it by Tristana. And gonna be a double kill here for Bodas. So a lot of back and forth. These fights is so confusing for me because we see one team leading it off, looking like it's gonna be good, and the other team just comes through and just absolutely turns it on its head.
Oh no!
Oh no! Drive by Kane finds Lucian in with the ult. Hextech Ultimatum comes down and a shutdown to XZ4. However, Happy Al is gonna get picked off here by Revnon. And Kane is going to have to make a lengthy escape now as you got 3 members of Akuma on you right now, buddy. You got to run. As I don't know how many wall hacks will help because that's going to be a ward that spots him out, and XC4 is going to be able to make that great escape.
Oh man, that was very, very dangerous for the side of words. Akuma.
Oh, Akuma, yes.
No, Akuma, because the Morgana gets shut down there and the Kane is spawning along with everybody else. There was a window if they decide not to fight and just kind of let them reset. They could have went and cleared vision and maybe started the dragon, or not the dragon, the Baron before Morgana respawned. Because they decided to fight instead, they end up losing 2 members for the Lucian, which did have a shutdown on him, so not a bad trade. But so did the Kane, I believe. He did also have a shutdown as well.
I just want to point out the fact that there are 2 Everfrosts on the side of Akuma right now. If that Morgana or that Cassidon finds you out rotating somewhere in the jungle, you are dead. You are so dead. So vision is so key right now for both these sides. I mean, these supports are doing a hell of a job boarding up, but I'd like to see a little more from the side of UAE, especially right now, knowing that you get caught. Oh no, Fauntleroy, buddy. A little risky on this side as you got numbers rotating through. XC4 gonna find Cutie, or Cutie's gonna find XC4 with that binding. Goes golden, Soul Shackles as well too, but heroic entrance coming down does not matter because Kane is going to just drop there after that one. And these death bushes, what did I say? If you don't have vision, you can't go checking by yourself. And that's exactly what happens to XC4.
Yeah, they managed to get XC4, but as a response, they do manage to take down this Caston, who is a level that is a number in this game, as we got another fight going on in the mid lane here.
Switch it over fast, but Happy All looking to go and finish off Revnon. Just a sliver of health less. That black shield protect him from a little bit of that CC, which probably would have finished him off. However, this is a weird little rotation here from these teams. I kind of switched places here, and this allows Akuma to get on the side of this dragon. So they're gonna go ahead and pick up that Infernal. While I don't know if I like this from UAE. They got themselves shoved up here in not the best of spots, so they're gonna have to just back on off towards the Baron, which hopefully they can get a little bit of control of vision as they do this.
Yeah, they do have the inner track for the Baron, which could possibly force them to rotate there. The Lucian doesn't have any mana, and the Jarvan is was a little bit low on HP, getting all that back now. But you see, they're putting numbers in there. They've already reset, so we're not going to have a Baron fight anytime soon here. Ooh, I really like the Serpent's Fang out from Kane there. Kind of counters the Morgana's Black Shield a little bit, I believe, because it says any shield.
Oh, who put that in the game? Somebody who didn't like Morgana, maybe.
Somebody that didn't like Seraphine. What do you mean?
True, that too. I mean, to have anybody that can cut through shields, I mean, this is actually smart too, because Rel does have a shield break. However, you're going to need her to stay alive. Medic Storm is being used as these numbers are jumping on from Akuma. And unfortunately, Mr. Cookie is going to get hit by that cast there, blown up by Bodast, and I think that's going to spell the start, potentially. Nope, not enough numbers to stick around for this Baron. I lied. My apologies there, but this is it's unfortunate to see the Rel go down, because Yoyi is definitely a huge part in setting up these teams and keeping his team alive. However, Happy on the bot side, still doing a good job at getting the split off, and gonna get that that inhibitor bot turret at the moment, but also gonna get put in a coffin as Gaston makes his way back.
Double Everfrost is one of the most busted things I've ever seen. They've used that in conjunction with each other repeatedly, and you add that on top of Morgana's binding, and you just don't get to move forever.
It's great. You have a silence from the Caston, you got the binding from Morgana, and the double Everfrost from both of them. Yeah, you're not getting out if you get caught by those two, and that's exactly what we see down there. But not bad for Happy Al to at least crack open this base of Akuma.
Yeah, and that's what UAE is trying to do. They're doing the same thing that Akuma did to them last game, except with the champion that's very good at taking down towers and is able to just kind of solo walk at the enemy team. Really, the only one that can deal with the Camille at the current moment is either the Cassidon or the Lucian. Anybody else solo, unless the Morgana goes solo and hits a binding, will not. Oh,
that's so rude. The Raptor steal. I don't know if you caught that one, Dream, but that's
I did. That's why I stopped talking.
Just like
tried to decide.
Oh, that's just a sad B emoji for that one. That's unfortunate to see. But Happy Al needs to be careful. Not a lot of vision there. Gonna try and get out. However, Cataclysm from Revnon is gonna be down, and yeah, you're not going anywhere after that. Bodas is here to clean it up as well too, as a dead Camille means that's a lot taken off the side of UAE, sorry. But we're starting to see some pings around the Baron.
Look how many members. Yeah, look how many members are on the top side of the map here for UAB as another binding lands. Everybody is a binding magnet on UAB, apparently. They are going to take this outer turret as both teams are trying to posture around this Baron, but nobody wants to really take it, as we see Revnon going to the mid lane to try and take that inhibitor turret as a response, and Lucian is going to take this bottom inner turret as well.
I think the worry for these teams is that really whoever starts up this Baron is already committing to that part, and if the other team gets the drop, and this is applicable for both sides, if anybody gets the drop on the other, I mean, it's just death. So I think they're playing a little bit more carefully, knowing that this is a potential win here for Akuma. Like, if they win this game, that's it for the series. So UAE needs to just, they are just a little bit on caution here, I would say, in where they go and when they're taking those big objectives. However, we do have a dragon up in 15 seconds here. This will put either of these teams to sole points, so I can definitely see potentially some big fights breaking out here as Yoyi is waiting to go over. They are going to find Dark Lord Matt for a second, but Yoyi walking on back. The Culling's coming through. Big Cass has split him up, and oh my goodness, some carry's going to take out Yoyi. He is gone. Happy Al trying to kite back to this one. Big Souls is not going to be able to do it as Shana knocks him out. Revnon, though, is in the back. Akuma are just cleaning up this fight, and this is so unfortunate to see. One member drops, and Akuma just gets the green light to say, okay, this is our fight. Let's turn it on their heads, and they do exactly so.
Yeah, and this is probably just the game here. Only one member standing. They don't even want the dragon. Morgana is going to...
Oh, where did some carry just go? did you blink dream? Because some carry just got killed by XC4.
Wait, some carry's dead? Hold up.
Yeah.
I looked away. I looked down to look at the items for 1 second, and apparently some carry's dead.
This is the terrifying part of Blue Cane. This game is not done. Even though Akuma is on soul point, they are up about 6k gold. It's definitely looking good for them. But you have a Blue Cane running around who is 6-3. This is kind of what you're aiming for with Blue Cane, is that I find a squishy, and then there's no more squishy. That's really, really well done. However, Cassidy back up on the map in 5 seconds, so not a lot they're going to be able to do with that death, and the inhibitor will be lost as well too, so it's looking a little tough for UAE, but it's nowhere near done yet.
You know, Caston's had a rough game, despite having the 6-10-9 score. You know he's had a rough game when he's the second lowest level person on his team.
Needs to get that level 16. He's almost there too. I think these Raptors might actually complete that for him. As, no, just a little off.
Yep.
It's a sliver. He is a sliver of XP off, and so... Oh, he wants it so bad. He needs it. He needs it at this point. This is a little risky not to have your Caston at 16 at this point in the game. Oh, are they going to just let Cutie take this one? The binding's down right now. They're going to look to go in. Yoyi just a little bit short on that. Black Shield has been popped up, but that red taken again.
Still going to Cutie.
Yep, Cutie is, he doesn't like to share the jungle. Doesn't matter what side it's on. He is not. Even though we've seen some vertical jungling coming out this game. I mean, you look at... Ooh. Hold on. Hold on a sec here. I was going to go on...
Yeah, I would say he doesn't like sharing the jungle.
But the CS numbers are pretty even between these two.
Yeah, I was going to say that he doesn't like sharing the jungle, but neither does Kane, because he has more CS than her.
Just by a little bit, but look at this Hextech Ultimatum, followed up by the heroic entrance. You're not going to be able to get out with that Rick Rock, because XC4 is doing a lot of damage. That's actually a huge loss to Akuma, not to have your Caston. However, Akuma doing what Akuma does best, getting a split pusher on the other side of the map. Bodaz going to go ahead and take a potentially free inhibitor, but Fauntleroy not going to let this go. Or at least doesn't want to, but he might just have to give it up here as Boaz pushing in and the rest of the members of UAE onto this Baron. This is potentially a little risky here as you got Cutie here with the smite. No Hextech Ultimatum lockdown. This Morgana. However, oh my god, because Mr. Cookie's just going to get shredded apart. Over in the base though, Revnon is taking on Fauntleroy. He's going to go down. This is going to be really bad if UAE is not able to make it back. The Nexus turrets are dropping down. Guys, what are you doing? You can't get back. This game is over. Akuma with the backdoor. They see all the members of UAE on this Baron and just go for the jugular once again. Oh my god, Dream.
Never a dull moment in Legends Esports.
I give snaps to that one. Just some good heads up from Akuma to see, hey, no one's in the base of UAE. Do we just end? And they do. They just go for the end. Oh man.
Yeah.
I will say this though, that game was a lot closer than game Well, I mean, game 1 was close too, but that game was even closer. So to see it end, I think, in I don't want to say lackluster, but we didn't get a big team fight there. It just kind of was like, oh, Fauntleroy's dead, and there are 2 members of Akuma in your base, so I guess that's the game. But yeah, Akuma just played this game really well, and some craziness coming out of them tonight, I would say, in terms of the draft. A little bit upside down, but it worked. It just worked for them.
Oh my. This is how you know that these games are close, because look at the damage charts.
Yeah.
You know it's a bad day when the Galio is the one that does most damage in the game. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of insane. And it's unfortunate, though, from UAE, because we've seen them with this comfort pick kind of comp, right, with the Camille, the Galio. But right off the bat, the first time that they went to go execute that play in top lane, we saw a bit of a misplay there that the Hextech went second. The Galio came in first, then the Camille all went, and it was a bit mistimed there, so it did lose them a little bit of tempo. I wouldn't say that's the reason why this game was lost, but I would have liked to have seen that play used more frequently. Essentially, you use it on cooldown. As soon as it's going, that's what you're looking for, and you make plays based on what happens on that fight after. However, just didn't seem to click this game. And, we were talking about that Caston being the late game level 6. I think the Blue Cane did eventually start to answer it really well, but a lot of this too, the split push coming through from Akuma's top laner, is once again the reason why this game ended. Is that Revnon, it's actually Bodast up there in the top lane as the corrected lineups. There we can show it there back in the pick and ban again, as these were the correct lineups. Bodast again doing so well on the split push this game.
Yeah, he was getting a run for his money by Hapiel, being able to take the inhibitor turret on the bot side of the map as well. Unfortunately, having to be there for those team fights and allowing Lucian, who is also very good at taking towers because he's, an AD carry, allows him to just free push, because Lucian didn't really need to be in those fights. It was really just a Morgana Jarvan show, honestly. Every time Morgana would flash ult into the middle of the enemy team, Jarvan would press R, and they can't get away, and then Gragas would just pull everybody back who tried to get away.
Yep, and that's what we were kind of talking about that synergy between the Jarvan and the Gragas too. Is like it can work, but it will take some skill to, those skill shots are very important, especially from the Gragas and how these team fights are going, because you don't want to, help someone escape. So they did really well in terms of pulling that off, and knowing that when you had those 3 champions together, it was just CC City. You had nowhere to go, and as long as everybody timed their stuff perfectly, you were set in those fights, and that's where we saw a couple of those fights where I'm like, okay, it's even, and then you blink, it's like, oh wait, no, everybody on UAE is dead. What the hell just happened? It's a lot of that too, that Morgana set up to initially just root everybody in place. If you don't have anywhere to go, if you can't move, you are essentially just a sitting duck, and it's unfortunate to see, but kind of big brain here from Akuma to be running that Morgana in the jungle. Not something that I was expecting. You see a Gragas and Jarvan, it's like, hey, that's their top jungle. No, that's their ADC and support. But great series though. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, gonna be fun. When Same Page gets back, he's gonna feel a little bit sad not being able to cast this one, not being able to cast a Teemo. Ha! I win. I have something. I have one up on him. I got to cast Teemo.
True. We got to cast a Teemo for the first time ever. While we're chatting, though, we got our player of the game poll going right now, so we will have that up and ready for you after we come back from our break. But Dream, any last comments on this game or this series from tonight? Any players that stuck out to you?
What's his name? How do you say that? Fauntleroy?
Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy? Fauntleroy?
Fauntleroy?
Fauntleroy, there we go. He may not have been able to carry his team to victory, but boy, did he try. He decimated the enemy team on Anivia in game 1, going 14-2 by the end of that game. And he kind of decimated the Kassadin, albeit he did have help from Yogi most of the time in the mid lane, but being able to just shut down the Kassadin for so long, him being with the Kassadin being almost the second lowest, or being the second lowest leveled player on his team. Obviously not the lowest from the game. The Mr. Cookie and Yogi were definitely struggling there. Mr. Cookie actually being the same level as the Gragas there at the end of that game, which is kind of unfortunate.
I mean,
but
it was a fun one to watch. But I mean, UAE still played really well. Like I definitely agree with the two you pointed out, Fauntleroy and Yoyi. Fauntleroy, that first game, absolutely disgusting on the Anivia. Like, just nasty what he was able to do with it. Yoyi, I have to definitely commend him for the rotations he was making, especially in the early game. It was working really, really, really well with that Galio. You get the stun, you get the taunt, and yeah, it's a lot of CC to deal with. So I gotta definitely commend UAE on a GG. They played well, but Akuma is just the better team tonight. And you know what? Good job to Akuma as well, too. They break their stream curse. They finally pick up a win on stream, so good on them. They are now, I believe, 7-2, and that would put UAEB at 2-7. So depending on how that match went for Mad City tonight against UAEA, that might unfortunately be the end of UAEB's playoff dreams, but we don't know until those standings come out, so I don't want to say for sure. But Akuma definitely solidly in that 1 or 2 position going into our final week, which will be next week, is week 10.
Yeah, let's see if match history will give me some insight. Let's see if there's any new ones. Akuma beating UAB.
And why don't we just toss it to a break while we do some digging? We'll come back to the analyst desk. We'll break it down a little bit more for you and what's going on in this league. But
who's IQ?
IQ's tempo control.
UAE beat tempo control 2-0 today.
Ooh. That's. Oh wait, if that means because Glaive is no longer in it, if Mad City gets the bye, oh no, UAEB no. I like seeing them play though. They bring a lot of energy, and obviously, Fauntleroy is he's got some pocket picks there that he can whip out for us. But dang, I can't confirm for sure yet, but I think that might mean UAEB is out. But you still got UAEA,
Yeah, and they beat Tempo Control, which was the other top 2 team, right?
Yes, which means Akuma will be in that first place spot ending week 9. Tempo Control will be in second, UAEA in third, and then Mad City in fourth. So that, I think, is what we're sitting at in terms of playoff brackets. And I don't know if we even need a break on this one. I think I can probably just edit while we're chatting about these teams. But looking at what we've seen tonight from Akuma, I mean, some of these picks, man, I'm not saying they don't work because, yeah, you can take Lucian top. Yeah, Morgana jungle works, but it's not the most common thing to see. So the fact that they were confident enough to bring those picks out tonight is it's ballsy, but I respect it so much, and the fact that they made them work is Akuma has no fear. I will say that.
I wouldn't even say they 100% made them work because both of those games were a struggle. They had to backdoor to win both of those games. Because you saw what was happening as the games were going on. Kane was one-shotting the Kassadin. Kane was, if he got on top of that Lucian was dead. Only people that he couldn't one-shot was the Morgana because Morgana had Zanya's, the Jarvan, and the Gragas because they were tanky members. But that's what the Tristana's for. That's what the Camille's for. And as that game goes longer and longer, yes, Kassadin can one-shot somebody, but not if Kane one-shots him first. And Tristana is going to outscale everybody on the rest of the team. So they needed to end that game soon because we were getting to the 32, 33-minute mark by the end of that, right? It was, 35-minute mark by the end of that game. And once it reaches the 40-minute mark where gold stops mattering, Tristana is the late game carry that nobody else wants to go against right now.
No, she sucks. I hate playing against her because she's just so damn strong. She's so damn strong. The level 2 engage is pretty nuts. I know Mr. Cookie and Yo-Yi were definitely looking for it, but the lane was just so far pushed underneath the tower there once everybody hit 2, so wasn't exactly the one to go for. But we do have our player, or I guess players of the game. There's only going to be one on screen here, but it was a tie between AKM Bodas and AKM Some Carry, so congratulations to both our players. We do have the Lucian up on the board just because Bodas' name was there earlier. But congratulations to Akuma on the win, and our double player of the game's on this one, as Some Carry is also our other player of the game on that Kassadin, going 6, 11, and 9. But 9, 2, and 9 on that Lucian, plus this, this was gross. Bodas has one thing in mind this game, which was, I'm going for the split. I'm going for these towers, objectives. And that, you know what? Having that kind of mindset is pretty damn strong because, while we had UAE on the other side of the map looking for a Baron or looking for a Dragon, they were just simply cracking over the base of UAE, and every time they chipped away, every time they came back for some more. And it was really nice how they would split the attention too. It's like, okay, we're over here now, but actually we have Bodas still on the other side of your map, pushing on your on your tower. So just really well to split the attention of UAE.
Well, thank you for following, Bodas. We were just talking about you.
Hey, our player of the game following up tonight. Beautiful. But
I was going to say that in the final moments of that game, when they started that Baron, I was watching because my screen had panned over to the Baron. I watched as Revnon on that Jarvan was just creeping through the bot side jungle and waiting over the wall while Lucian went and took the inhibitor, and then he just EQ'd over the wall, and then all that was there was the Galio, and Galio was like, oh, it's happening again.
I guess not again. No. But I mean, you gotta expect that too when you know you have this kind of pick potential out of Akuma. I mean, both supports, like I said, we're doing really well on the vision. But I think we could have seen maybe a little bit more vision coming from UAE, because again, we saw a couple times there where members would walk into the jungle and guess who's waiting there? Cutie with the Morgana binding. That was never feels good to face check and get caught like that, but you gotta expect it in this kind of an elo that players are going to be looking for those picks, and they're not going to just simply sit in the bush. They will make sure to have a control world down. They'll make sure to have some numbers kind of floating around nearby, and that's exactly what we saw from Akuma when they made these picks.
The funny thing. That's the funny thing, though. UAEB were not slouches in their vision. They overall had very good vision scores. 90 from the support, 32 from AD carry, 27 from mid, 34 from the jungle, and 20 from the top lane. But then you look over at the other side, 102 from the support Gragas. You got 43 from Lucian, 56 from Morgana. So it's like, yes, they were doing their due diligence and vision. Every single one of these players did the best they could. It just got immediately cleared every single time, and then they just after they cleared it, they'd sit there and wait. Because you'd think that they'd leave after clearing the vision. They're like, oh, they're still there. No, they'd sit there and wait, and then someone would come over and try and warn it again, and then they pick them off. And I'm just like,
oh no,
you fell for it.
Not again, no. But that will do it for our week 9 of LTS. Really fun game to cast. Unfortunately, UAEB does take the loss, but they played a hell of a series tonight, and Akuma breaks their stream curse and takes a series on stream for us too. But I'm looking forward to next week. It's our final week of LTS. We've got playoffs starting in a bunch of our leagues as well too, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. And of course, to tune into our weekend streams. Our Valorant streams are going to be tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday as well too, 3 p.m. EST. So make sure to tune in there and give our Valorant casters lots of love. And then I believe last we chatted about it, I know Flip is in the chat right now. Hi, Flip. I believe the podcast is going to be Sunday night, so keep an eye out for the announcement on that. But I believe we are going to be running it Sunday evening as well again. We'll be covering the upcoming playoff series, which is, I believe, LAS Premade Dream. Very exciting for that. Am I excited? I'm a little nervous for that, to be honest.
Yeah, you guys have definitely been struggling these past 2 weeks. You guys need to turn it around.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
because if you guys get knocked out in the first round of playoffs, I'm probably never going to let you live it down.
It's my rookie split. You got to let me live it down a little bit. Come on.
Nope.
Come on.
It's your rookie split. You went 7-0 in the first 7 weeks, and then you lose in quarterfinals. Nope, not letting you live it down.
Damn you, Dream. Damn you, Dream. But, oh, no.
Apparently tomorrow Valorant might not happen due to an FF. Okay.
Unfortunate. But just keep an eye on announcements, guys. We will keep you posted on all our streams. And when we're live, there's no better place to check than our Discord channel. We are live. A little self-explanatory on that one, what that's for. But keep an eye out for that channel. We always post when the stream is up and running. So I think that's it from me tonight, unless Flip has any last-minute announcements for me to make. I think we are going to call it there. And what better way to end things off than with, you guessed it, a little raffle. I think we got to do it. We got to do a little raffle here. So we're going to open that up, and hopefully Dream doesn't win it again. But he probably will, because that's the way RNG just seems to favor us. As that is opening up right now. So go ahead, use the command raffle to enter on in. Just make sure you get the confirmation there. Both you and Fliptrick got to do it once more again. There you go. Beautiful. Excellent. Well, we will pick a winner before the stream ends, so make sure to stick around and see who our winner is. But that is going to be it from us tonight here at Legends Esports. I want to give a big thank you to our teams for giving us a great series to cast. And, of course, thanking my co-casters as well, too, Dream, for helping me out tonight, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. I will see you on Tuesday.
Yes.
We'll be casting together again for, is it playoffs for LRS draft yet, or is this the final week next week?
I believe we have 2 more weeks of LRS draft. It's a little wonky with some of these playoffs, but I'll have to double check on that. Again, announcements, Discord, be there, because my pea brain is starting to crap out here on this Friday night here. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from us. Have a wonderful evening, and keep using raffle to enter. See a few of you in there as well, but that'll be it from us. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye. Mwah.
I saw you smile from across the bar. Yeah, she was pretty and so close but so far. She flipped her hair and I thought this can't be true. How does a man like me get someone like you? And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies. Just like that, you're coming closer to me. Come shake me, grab me, so I wake up from this dream. I can't breathe, come with me. I don't know if I can speak. Then she said, come with me and let's be free. The night is young and I think this could go far. The sky is dark but you're my shooting star. could see her face reflect upon the moon. It was a pretty summer night in June. And then she looked at me and I was confused. Everyone here can't be the one that she'll choose. And I looked back and saw the spark in her eyes. This can't be real, my head's telling me lies.